The studio doors are locked. This is a closed set. Will Murray.
Are we supposed to be the life of this party?
Jason Kaplan.
Everything we talk about on the air is complete nonsense.
Their world.
The relationship has deteriorated. No.
Their life.
What is going on around here?
And the Howard Stern back office.
You were screaming and fighting and being drunk? No.
This is Back Office Radio with Will and Jason. Call 888-STERN-101.
Ooh! Welcome to Back Office Radio. I am Jason Kaplan. That ooh you heard from comes from Mr. Will Murray.
It's that laugh. It sends shivers down my spine.
Teddy Microphone, Teddy Knitter over
like
there.
A hammer drill.
A sober Teddy.
What?
For now.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to, I would say last week you were maybe a little hungover-ish, Teddy. Yesterday you were definitely...
I was going to say, whatever the hell you were yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We had a...
Comatose.
Welcome to Back Office Radio, everybody, here on Howard 101. Our phone number is 888-STERN-101. That's 888-783-7610. Of course, Al Ragone is working the board. Yesterday we had a back office meeting. We had it in the green room. And our back office meeting, I mean, I use the term meeting loosely. We get together for 15 minutes and we go, what'd you see today? What'd you hear today? What struck you as funny? And Teddy, for the entire 15, 20-minute meeting, was laying on the couch with his arm over his head going, I'm too old for this stuff. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, so, we see that like every week, too.
And we'll be talking.
You never learn your lesson, Teddy.
I know. Someday. It's coming.
Guess this is the best part of my day. Oh, you mean when you just pretend to be sleeping on the couch?
I love our meetings so much that I think those should be the show. I mean, that's so much fun that I just wish we had a camera up in there and we could be as loose and just kind of lay around and bullshit.
Well, yeah, you would like it because you spent the entire meeting laying down with your eyes closed.
Not with my eyes closed. My eyes were open.
But that's Teddy's whole thing. It's like, I'm like, we have to do some preparation for the show. Right. You know, let's come up with some segment ideas. Let's come up with some sounds. Dude. I mean, why don't we just get in there and talk? Like, what's all this preparation? It's like, you know.
Yeah, it's like Spaceballs. What are you always preparing for? Just go.
No.
All right.
But listen, he cleaned himself up today. His hair is washed.
Yeah, today I feel much better.
You were such a greaseball yesterday.
Oh, my God.
I actually really liked Teddy's hair yesterday. It was all like poofed. I was like very Ryan Reynolds-ish.
Dude, I woke up and literally just came here. It was rough.
Give us a call, 888-STERN-101, if you want to make a loud noise to see if you can give Teddy a headache or wake him up or whatever you want to do. Actually, we're going to be talking. Teddy had a big night out a couple nights ago, which is why he was so hungover yesterday, and we'll get to some of that later in the show. Of course, we have douche of the week, and I didn't even give any. To talk about not being prepped, I didn't give any thought to my douche of the week yet.
I know. Well, it's a vacation week. It's tough around here, but we'll come up with some good content. Better think of it, though, Jason. You know what?
I realized I have a page 69 that I could also use the person in the page 69 as my douche of the week, but I need to get confirmation that I'm allowed to tell that story on the air. Not some high level Howard Stern, Tim Sabian type thing, but it's, I want to make sure whoever told me the story is cool with me retelling the story on the air. So during the break, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to make some shit stirring phone calls. Yeah.
Start up the bus anyway. We're ready to go.
We got that coming. We have underreported Howard 100 news stories. Like I mentioned, new page 69s. Lots of stuff going on. I'm Jason Kaplan. I'm from California. I lived there for 4 years, but between the ages of 11 and 15. And I was listening to John Hines' TV show, and he has Jillian Jacobs on from Community, who I wish I had saw when she was up here, because she is one of those girls I can't figure out if she's super hot or not. Like, obviously she's attractive, all right? I mean, she's an attractive girl. But on TV, sometimes she looks like smoking hot.
Wait, who is this?
It's the blonde, skinny chick from Community.
No idea.
No
Isn't
idea?
that Amy Poehler?
No, it's not. No, she's hotter than Amy Poehler.
Okay.
Teddy, you watch the show?
Here, let me Google that for you.
Yeah, but hey, by the way, Back Office Radio has a new Twitter account. I hate trying to run multiple Twitter accounts, but we are on Twitter now, at backofficeradio.com. If you're listening to the show, if you like the show, give us a follow. I think we're trying to make a case to Tim that people are into the show. What do you got?
People are into the show, Dan.
Well, I need proof.
No, never seen her in my life.
Well, what do you think?
No idea.
Oh, all right, super hot or not?
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, no, she's definitely hot, but I'm just... so you can't really get a sense of a person, especially like her, until you see them in person. And I'm very curious. I wonder if John or Steve or JD are listening out there. Somebody just, text us or come in and give us an update on I don't know if she's hot or not.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're all going to run here and say she's busted as hell.
You know what I mean. You don't the bag. The chick is hot. The chick is hot, but, she has some angles.
JD would have sex with that bookshelf. And you think he's going to turn away a fucking chick that's on television?
Let me tell you something. I've heard some stories about JD recently that, I don't think he's turning anything down. I think that bookshelf is a step up.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hoes all on me.
Oh, hell yeah, Dizzle. Break it on down. So anyway,
never try and talk black. Break it on down is just
that wasn't black. That was rap.
Break it on down.
Break it on down.
All right, who
Jason's like the lame dad before he's even had a kid.
Who's whiter when it comes to rap, me or John Lieberman?
Good one. You though.
Really?
Yeah, you're the ultimate white guy.
I think I could rhyme better than him though.
Go ahead, let's hear it.
No.
Yo, welcome to Back Radio. It's everyone's favorite show. Go follow us on Twitter. Or else you're gonna make me very bitter. Teddy hardly stays awake. Will wants to know how to make a steak. Word. At least it fucking rhymed.
I know.
Liebermans don't even rhyme.
Awfully.
Yeah, but he has all that early rap knowledge, like all
bing, bing, bong.
DJ Dumpy.
Ring a ding, 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 dong. Got your head ringing. Yeah, see, I can do this shit.
Yeah, you made that up.
Well, when I used to live in California, because I am from California, I lived in Southern California during the West Coast Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, gin and juice.
Did you even, talk about that reference?
What?
Yeah,
I was getting to that. So I'm listening to John Hines' TV show. He has Gillian Jacobs on, and she goes, "I'm from Pittsburgh." Now, I'm sorry. She goes, "I grew up in Pittsburgh," and John's like, "I'm from Pittsburgh too." I'm like, and I'm sitting to myself going, "No, you're not. You lived in Pittsburgh for 2 years when you were 4 years old. You're not from Pittsburgh. It was a stopover on." He's been living in he's 44, 45 years old? He's been living in Long Island for 42 years, okay? I mean, he's not from Pittsburgh.
It's always bothered you that he says he's from Pittsburgh.
Because he wraps himself in his Pittsburgh flag. There's gold and black everywhere, all this Pittsburgh sports team, which, by the way, if those are the teams he really watched when he was younger, I'm fine with that. I mean, listen, I think it's cool to be loyal to...
I think he was there in his formative years, formative sports years.
4 years old?
Already.
Let's put this to rest, okay? I lived in Pittsburgh from kindergarten to 4th grade. That's where I grew up in Pittsburgh. Okay, not 2 years.
You went to fourth grade in Pittsburgh?
Kindergarten to 4th grade.
I didn't hear you singing that song with Jillian.
Markham, it's the best of schools. She was singing it.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. She was looking for you to chime in.
I try to let the guests shine, that's all. And by the way, she looked great. I know what you mean about, you wonder how she really looks.
Yeah, she got a lot of angles.
Very, very, very pretty woman.
All right, cool.
So, there you go.
Good job. Hey, listen, if you want to tune in to John and Gary's TV show next week at 2 o'clock, Howard 100.
Wow.
It's a show where they let JD talk once in a while.
Oh. JD did the news. JD was great today.
And is Jenny even still there? Or
Jenny's out in L.A. this week, co-hosting with Dr. Drew.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. So, goodbye.
And we have our first angry person of the day.
Not angry at all. Enjoying the show.
I just know that John
is the second hour, guys.
John is in his Michigan shirt, proclaiming his, citizenship of Pittsburgh. I've never once seen him in anything that said Long Island. Not once. Do you even own anything that says Long Island on it?
But admit, it is kind of boring. It is boring to be from Long Island, right? It gives you a little more spice to say you're from Pittsburgh.
Depends what part of Long Island that you're from. But, yeah, I identify more with Pittsburgh because of Will, because of the sports teams or whatever else. And Long Island is what it is. But, yeah,
do you own an Islanders jersey?
No, I'm a Penguin fan. Why would I have an Islander jersey?
Well, because you have a Yankee shirt when you're not a Yankee fan.
When I came here in 5th grade, I took a lot of pride in being a Pittsburgh fan.
Right.
There were all these annoying Yankee fans, Met fans, Giant fans, and the Steelers, the Pirates, and the Penguins were all pretty good at the time. So,
and where were you
stuck
born?
With my team. Where?
Yeah.
I was born in Hempstead, New York.
Okay, goodbye.
But I think there's
up there. I moved when I was 1.
There's a big part of John that does not identify with New York. Well, that's true. But like me, he has that anti-New York mentality to a certain degree, and so he likes to identify with something outside of New York.
I get it, and I understand the sports thing, but John really does wrap himself in the Michigan in the Michigan flag. He wraps himself in the Pittsburgh flag, and it's just like, dude, you spent a vast majority of your life in New York.
That's true.
And you don't wrap yourself in the New York flag at all.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't.
That's
And a
also,
lot-
and I find it funny, and I find it funny that you get upset when I point it out.
I
So
do. And
it's a great circle for me.
And a lot of it has to do, again, with my sports affiliation. You know, I'm big on Michigan sports, having gone to college there, and I'm big on Pittsburgh sports. So there you go.
All right, go sing more Pittsburgh high school songs with Jill.
Elementary school. Markham. Markham.
Markham Polo.
It's ugly quick, man. I could see there was
John-
venom in his eyes.
John hates when I do the Pittsburgh rap.
He does.
I do it all the time. I'm like, oh, like when I'm doing tours, I'm like, oh, this is John. He stayed in Pittsburgh once.
But he is a huge Eddie Money fan, and he's from Long Island. So
There you go.
He's big on sports, small and fashion.
And you know, you, I think, will have even come around. I mean, you know, I know for a long time you're like, I'm not a New Yorker. I don't identify myself with the city. And you haven't lived in the city for a couple of years now, but
No.
I don't know. I think now you're much more comfortable. You work in the city. You live in the suburbs of New Jersey. You'll always be a Pennsylvania boy because you were born and raised there.
Yep.
But I don't know. You've been in New York now for New York, New Jersey area for 10, 11 years at this point.
No, I love New York City. I mean, there's no doubt it's a great city. I mean, like I said before, sometimes the arrogance of this place can really annoy me, but there's no better place. You know, if you have like a Friday night and no plans, like the world is your oyster in the city. It can be a great place. And there's so many, you know, motivated, creative people here. It's cool to be in that environment. But, you know, at heart, I love the country.
Chris from Pittsburgh, you are on Back Office Radio. What's up?
I've got to make a comment on two things. The Pittsburgh stuff. I think, I don't know, everyone attacks John for this, but once you've lived in Pittsburgh, you kind of get rooted there. It's just one of those towns that you're very proud of.
Were you born and raised in Pittsburgh?
I went to Markham grade school, so when he said that song, I had to call in.
Now, so John says he lived there from kindergarten through fourth grade. Are you insulted at all as a Pittsburghite that he calls himself a Pittsburghian? I don't even know what the right word is.
No, because it's one of those things, like once you move here, you're always going to identify from being from Pittsburgh. Like we hear it all the time. Our athletes that come here and play here, they end up moving back after they've retired if they go elsewhere. I think if you're a hockey fan, Yager still has a house in this area. Jim Leland still has a house in this area.
See, New Yorkers are very protective. New Yorkers, you can't live in New York for a couple of years and call yourself a New Yorker. Like, it just, people get pissed off at that.
Right.
At Pittsburgh, they seem to be happy to take anybody.
Right.
I've been to Pittsburgh. It's actually a really cool place. Have you been there?
Yeah, but way back in college, I don't know, when I was just getting drunk and throwing things at girls.
It's a lot, I don't know if the word prettier is the right word, but it's a lot better looking of a city than I thought.
I think you were there in the summer, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was there in the summer with Stuttering John. He was doing the gig up there.
Yeah, the winters are shitty.
And I thought it was just going to be I had this Charles Dickens version of just steel mills and gray and clouds and just gross. And you show up there and it's a lot of the buildings are new and shiny. There's beautiful rivers everywhere cutting through all the city. We ate on top of some cliff where you're looking down on the Heinz Field and the whole city, and the food was amazing.
Every memory, baby.
What was the
awesome.
What was hey John, if you're listening, what was it? The Priamati,
Priamati brothers.
Yeah, Priamati brothers. Oh my God, it was this sandwich we got. I can picture it in my, I can't say it, but I can picture it in my head right now. The food was delicious. Got some more John Hein calls up here. Dan and Don and what was it?
Priamati brothers?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh my God.
And you were on the incline. That's what that thing is called.
Yeah, we went up this big, yeah.
A lot of people think Pittsburgh is smokestacks and steel mills, and it's not. So, people, who grew up there defend it.
Don in Michigan, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Yeah, is Johnny still in the studio?
No, okay, you can talk about him.
He said he grew up in Pittsburgh and moved out in fourth grade. That puts him around 9 years old.
How old are you in fourth grade? I was trying to figure that out.
I know.
10?
Yeah, 10.
10, yeah.
9, 10.
Listen, those are 11. Formative years. Those are formative years.
Ninth grade, I want to know what kind of childhood that boy had.
Well, look at him. It was probably sad and depressing. I'm just kidding. I've met John's. I've met John's parents. They're awesome. John's mom is attractive.
She's very hot.
Really?
That's where John Hein came from?
She has to be in her late 60s, I would imagine. John's in his mid 40s. So, and she's very attractive. Huge Superman fan. She and I talk Superman whenever.
He loses points for that. I know they go down to Key West for the winters or whatever though. So, Key West seems like a party town for old people. So God knows what they're up to down there.
I don't know, man. I mean, John Hein's dad is great, but John Hein's mom looks very worldly almost. You know what I mean? She dresses really well and she looks like she likes to go out and I don't know, like high culture type.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And John's dad's just like an older version of him.
Of John, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's always in sweatshirt. Nice, great, nice guy, but, you know, he doesn't look like he's getting ready to go to a party or anything. I lived in California. I think I talked about this last week. I moved after my 5th grade year in New Jersey. I was born and raised in New Jersey through 5th grade, moved out to California after that, lived there for 4 years, and I tried to pull off this, like...
You're going to revamp your whole image?
Yeah, I'm from New York. I didn't even tell people I'm from Jersey. I'm like, I'm from New York, blah, blah, blah. That lasted...
You still do that?
No, I don't.
No, you say you're from New York when you live in New Jersey.
No, I haven't said I'm from New York in a while. I mean, I don't think so, unless you have any examples. I don't know. Listen, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. I'm very proud of my New Jersey heritage. But anyway, I have a feeling John did that when he moved back to Long Island. And he's like, yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh. It's cool. And then he just never stopped doing it. So anyway, that was a little detour. Oh, my God. People like to are very motivated by this John Hein Pittsburgh talk. Andrew in Atlanta, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Yeah, I mean, I know what John's saying, man. I mean, just because you live somewhere else for a long time doesn't mean you forget where your roots are from. I mean, I lived in Atlanta most of my life, but I'm Philly, you know. All my family lives up there. I still visit there every year.
Yeah, but okay, so I'm going to jump in with you here. John doesn't have roots there. He has no family up there as far as I know.
No, I think he has like an aunt and uncle that still live there or something.
Well, then fuck John. Go Philly.
Ross in Florida, welcome to Back Office Radio.
I love you guys.
Love you, sir. Yes.
Me and my wife have this argument all the time. She was born in, like, fucking Illinois or some bullshit-ass state, and she lived in New York for several years and claims she's from New York.
Right.
But lived in Florida for most of her life. So what do you say? You know, I was born in New York but moved to Florida when I was 4. Am I from New York? I'd say I'm from Florida. What do you think?
I mean, you know what I think. I think your wife is from Florida. I mean, you know, I don't know what to tell you. You can listen. You can say whatever you want. I just like busting his balls because he gets so upset.
He did. He got angry.
Give us a call, 888-STERN-101, if you have an opinion on John Hein's origin, the John Hein origin story. I just love it. I mentioned that we have a new Twitter handle, at Back Office Radio. My first tweet was giving out our voicemail number. You can go check that out at Back Office Radio. My second tweet was making fun of Will for asking me if this means he has to log out and then re-log back in.
No, that's not what I asked you fuckhead.
Really?
You're such a dickhead. Yeah, I'm always known as like the idiot that doesn't know how to use a computer around here.
Yeah.
And okay, to a certain extent that's true, but I still think I'm like 80% smarter than the rest of the population when it comes to technology. Believe me, I talk to my fucking hillbilly friends back in PA.
Right.
They don't even know how to turn on a fucking phone.
Didn't you say that they thought you were all city because you own a smartphone?
Yeah, no, I'm in this weird world where they all think I'm like this, you know, city snob, and you guys think I'm this fucking country bumpkin. I'm caught between the two fucking worlds. But I know that you can. I just thought there was a way maybe you could have 2 Twitter accounts up at once. I know how to log off of Twitter, dickhead.
I'm going to help you out after the show, though. I'm going to show you how you can switch easily back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you to use a fucking treadmill.
Dude, teach me how to throw a ball. That's all I ask.
Exactly.
If you can do that, I'll be indebted to you for life.
Lost cause.
So Will's not computer illiterate. Should we jump into State of the Office? You know, I really want to kind of blow through the State of the Office. I'm not feeling good about it.
Why?
Because nothing good could come from it. You know what I mean? Like, I've had a hard week.
Let's do a delicate one.
Let's do a delicate one. I'll hit the sounder and let's blow through it.
State of the Office. Back Office Radio likes to joke that it ruins friendships. But last week, that joke may have turned into a reality.
I don't talk to you guys like I once did.
Well, that's sad.
I agree. That's what I said when you guys started the show. I blame this show and nothing else.
Is Steve right when he says that he can't trust his friends anymore? Are they even still friends? Has Back Office Radio really ruined a friendship? Or did it just bring long simmering resentments to light?
So last week, Steve Brandano came on the show. And I know we spend an inordinate amount of time talking about Steve on the show, but last week Steve came on the show.
It was the very end of the show.
Announced that he is seeing somebody or is at least getting laid, and he announced it on the show, but then also announced that he didn't tell us this because he doesn't trust us not to bring it up on the radio. And
right.
Then that kind of turned into how he feels he can't hang with us the way he used to because he's very guarded. And then it got a little weird with you two.
It sounded like there was a whole life going on outside of the show that we don't know about.
And then we're purposely being kept out of now because of this show.
Right.
And, I know you were kind of thrown for a loop even more than I was after that. I mean, you were feeling pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Steve and I have a long history. And again, I don't think we're looking to really shit on Steve right now. But it just, there's part of me that gets very sad thinking about how great of friends we were at one time and how that's basically disappeared at this point. And then the thing that I thought was strange, and the reason we wanted to talk about it this week is so he kind of comes in here and gives this revelation that, we're no longer good friends. But then we go back into the office, and it's kind of like business as usual.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know exactly where you stand with them.
See, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of, let's just pretend none of that happened on the air, and let's just go back to normal.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened. So you were loving it.
Yeah, I was loving it, and I know you weren't. And the one thing that you and I kept trying to figure out is because he went out and hung with Teddy at whatever you want to call that place where Teddy hangs out. Do we call it Teddy's Bar? What do we call it?
No.
Okay.
Someday,
the hippest bar on earth.
Well, it is with Teddy and Steve rolling. But why do you get the pass? You say stuff about your friends on the show all the time, and JD got really mad at you on several occasions. So why do you think you get these Steve pass?
I don't know. I mean, because you know why? Because I'm around. You are, you're family man.
No, but that's not the reason.
Yeah,
that's not the reason we were given.
Hang out with.
No, because that's not the reason we were given why he doesn't want to hang out with us. It's because he doesn't trust what we say about him on this show. So you're on this show.
Yeah.
And you say something shitty about him.
And you talk shit when you're not hungover.
Say something no, I mean, no, I don't know why I get a pass. I don't. And as far as hanging out over the weekend they were down the street, you know what I mean? And then all he did was shoot me a text. Something neither one of you guys have done in years.
Well, that is true.
Wow. I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
I know.
Well, I'm going to read a note.
Sad life.
Hey, I'm going to read a note I've written down. Oh, wait.
Hold on, here we go. Brandano coming in.
You guys are unbelievable.
No.
First of all, Teddy's never said a mean or jokey thing about me once on the show.
Oh, that's not true.
That is true.
Well,
he's
Teddy's
jumped
fired.
in with shit.
Whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
That's just because he's bad at his job more than.
All right. Either way, and I do. It's crazy because you guys say it like. I get so angry with you guys for these 2 hours.
Right.
The show ends. You guys leave immediately after the show ends without saying anything because it is weird after the show.
Okay, so at least you feel that. All right.
After the show. But you guys are the ones that come in, don't say anything to me, and leave. I come in the next morning, all right, after this show. I had an experience last week that was one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me in my life. And I came in and tried to talk to you two about it. And it took 3 minutes into the story till I said the guy pulled out a thing that looked like a razor before you guys even acknowledged that I was speaking. You were listening, but you didn't even throw anything
Jason
back
was ignoring
at me.
you. Jason was ignoring you.
I do come in and start all over with, I'm going to try to be cool with these guys, and then the week goes by without a hitch, and you guys come on here and talk shit about me.
Well, we didn't talk shit about you right now.
But when you're doing this, it is that. You know I don't want to be involved with this. And you gotta do a thing about me every week.
Yeah, but wait, no. The problem last week was, okay, you throw this bomb out there that I'm basically not your friends really anymore.
You guys, that was in response to what you guys said to me.
What did we say last week?
How come you're upset at me because I don't know someone from the New Girl? It's not like it used to be. Like, I tried to do that jazz thing with everybody and no one could do it. Every time Ryan Montbleu plays, I ask you, Bustle in Your Hedgerow plays, I say, Will, do you want to go? And it never seems to work out. And I don't go, how come Will doesn't want to go out with me? I just go with the fucking flow. But it's two ways. And I think for 75% of my time here with you guys, we're acting like the best of friends because that's what I want to be with you guys. And then you start it over on Thursday. And then call me some kind of, well, you don't call me a jerk, but you go, why is this like this? I don't understand this. Why is he nice to Teddy?
Well, I just felt like it wasn't really resolved last week. Like, we kind of left with this bombshell that, we're not really friends, and then the next day you came in, and that's cool that you wanted to do that, but I wish you had just said, all right, listen, let's start fresh with this.
But you guys are making the mess, not me. So why am I the one with the olive branches?
Well, no. Because, first of all, I don't think any of the things we really bust your balls about are that bad. I mean, you're basically saying we can't bust your balls about anything, right? I mean, is that where we're leaving it?
No,
because
I don't even know what
did we say last week that was that bad, that was like that insulting to you?
You guys do it again. I mean,
I mean, I thought that whole rap we did that one week about the chick.
TV show at the beginning of the show, every show.
Yeah, well,
that's my show.
It's the last thing we hear.
I know, and you.
But it's just goofing on it.
I know, but I know.
But why does it bother you much more than it bothers you way more than it bothers John and JD?
Because I come in here and talk to you guys like I'm a friend of you guys.
Oh, they do too.
No, I can't speak for them.
Well, can I just jump in here? First of all, when you say anything negative about John's TV show today, I'll just make it
every time you say
John's
Gary is the co-host and JD doesn't get to talk, which is ridiculous. No, you're taking shots, and that's
but it's taking stupid shots.
You guys, it doesn't matter. It's my show.
That's not worth ending a friendship over.
Yeah.
Or
you guys are the one that are ending the friendship, not me. Will, how come we've not gone to one of the 7 concerts I've invited you to in the last year?
Because they're in Brooklyn and they start at 11:30.
Okay,
I'm going to sleep for 3 hours.
But I can't change that.
No, I know, but that doesn't mean we couldn't come out and hang out for an afternoon or whatever. Listen, I know it's much. What do you mean you're busy? What are you so busy with?
We're all doing stuff. All right, fuck you.
No. I'm asking.
No, I don't care.
Was it rude? That was an obnoxious thing to say. What are you doing on a Saturday afternoon?
Dude, I was just watching you guys. I loved it. No, but clearly, clearly Steve's not in the mood to. Steve's gonna get pissed at me for saying this, but I think he just doesn't have a sense of humor about this. Like, he just does not have a sense of humor about this in any sense. And then, he's having. I'm shaking up.
Wow,
I'm shaking up.
Jason can't talk.
Tongue-tied.
Wow. Well, check. I was about to jump in, like to say that to reiterate that I appreciate that Steve kind of ignores the fact that we fight. I would prefer that. I hate talking about feelings. I'm a dude, and
no, I agree with that, but I just think it's weird when we start, and probably now that he got angry and walked out of here. And my guess is that, we could come in tomorrow and it'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? Everything the same.
Well, let's get real. Did you have these feelings at all, even before we started Back Office Radio, or did all of this just come out because of our show?
No. I think I had some resentment towards Steve, and then it came out more once we had, a voice on the air like this, because it's much easier for whatever reason to talk on the air.
I'm going to say that I think a lot like my feud with JD, a lot like my past feud with you, that there's a lot more underlying shit here that just the air needs to be cleaned. And I think very little of it has to do with Back Office Radio, specifically between you and Steve. Going back to the stuff that was said on the air the other day, I know Steve doesn't like when we talk about him on the show. He doesn't even like being on the show. We do enough Steve talk, quite frankly, which is why
I know. We probably do more about Steve than anyone else because, A, it's funny the way he reacts. He gets really angry about it.
Dude, if you guys are going to act like this isn't, this is just a joke. Like, it's a joke to talk about, like, our real fucking lives and our real fucking stuff.
Well, this conversation isn't really a joke.
Well, this is what you guys do every week. It's not
every
week.
Give us an example of us talking about your real life.
We're not friends anymore.
No, that's not what we
just all came to light yesterday. Or last week, I mean.
Dude,
by the way, all really started when... First, we busted your balls about the chick that you didn't hook up with. Then you wrote us the email.
Right.
And how are we not going to discuss that on the air?
Where I predicted everything that has happened so far.
Well, with you.
When was the last time you hung out with DePace?
But again, with
you don't have an office wife anymore, and I'm in a fucking, I'm crazy with you guys. Yeah. You guys are so much of my stress that it's
But
insane.
why?
Because I sit in between you, and we were once friends, and you guys do a 2-hour show every week where you bust on me, you bust on things I work on, and then afterwards, when it's all said and done, you go, I don't get it. Why does Steve act like this? What, he can't take a joke?
Yeah, but dude,
Fuck you guys.
It's not anything more than we say to anybody else here. It's not. We fucking say all kinds of awful things about Teddy. What a piece of shit. He's lazy, yada, yada, yada. He's a fucking...
And he's here and he's a part of the show.
Yeah, but he doesn't take any of it seriously. Dude, I bust my best friend's balls. That's what I do with my friends. I don't sit there and talk about how great they are all the time. That's how I am how I express my friendship with people.
But you said that we're not friends like we were, so that doesn't apply.
No, you did too. You said the exact same thing.
I know, but you don't treat your friends the way the way our relationship is.
I would actually argue that
is ever as close to you as I was.
No, but I would actually argue that is one of the things that you do take it yourself so seriously that it's hard to bust your balls.
Oh, I'm sorry that I don't take John Hines' TV show seriously or the shit that I do here every week.
Hold on a second. I'm jumping in here real quick. You and Will I think have an issue that goes well beyond the show personally. Going back to busting on your shows, we do not bust on John Hines' TV show in any serious manners. The last thing we hear right before the show starts, I goofed on John from saying he's from Pittsburgh. I goofed on Gary for, seemingly moving into the show. Yeah, it's a small goof.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
Seriously, get a sense of humor about that.
No, I'm not
saying the show sucks. I'm not saying people shouldn't listen to it. I'm not saying
you think it's interesting.
You have no problem saying bad shit about this show.
But aside from this show, let's say for someone to go on the air and say, "Wow, John Hines' TV show, it's so great. I really love that show."
No one's asking you to say that.
No, but how is that interesting to an audience? Yes, you are to a certain degree.
No, I'm not.
Are you saying that don't talk about it at all?
I'm saying when you guys act like dicks, just say we're acting like dicks.
Yeah,
but you never say that. You make it seem like I'm the crazy
Actually,
one.
I think I have 4 bumpers to say I'm a dick.
You guys are being super dicky.
No, we always do. We can be self-deprecating. We make fun of ourselves and say we know that this show is about being an asshole. Oh, at the same time, you got to just let some of it slide. It's just
like
asshole. Come on.
I mean, dude, seriously.
Easy for you guys to say as the host of the show.
I personally think, I'll say this to you on and off the air, you're overreacting to things that we say about other shows. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That is crazy.
Here's an important thing. You guys are not Howard. When Howard does it, it's one thing. But you guys model yourself after Howard's show.
Not 100%. That's not true.
Because Howard's never been friends like the two of us are friends with anybody. And Howard's bigger and more important than you guys. But you come in with the same bravado, that your opinions mean all this stuff. And
our opinions mean whatever you wanted them to mean.
You shoot at people that are your friends. Like John.
Because that's what I do with my friends.
Like JD. Well, if Howard was doing that to his friends, they wouldn't be friends with him.
Bullshit.
No, not bullshit.
So Gary's not Howard's friend?
And the crazy thing is that you guys then look at me and go, I don't get it. What, can't he just lighten up?
I do agree.
I agree with that.
I would never do anything like this to a friend.
Well, you have.
You know it.
You
have.
Absolutely have. I'm sorry. Did you not run a show? We had spies on us talking about shit we did in the office?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The intern show? The intern show where I walked over and saw Paul, the intern last semester, literally dictating.
What
you
the
absolutely control what goes out on the air. Did you not give Derek, the intern, a free reign to rip apart somebody that doesn't even come on the air with us?
An award, yeah.
Well, don't act like you don't have control over the producer.
There was an intern last semester that took copious notes on everything. You know how many times he was on the intern show? Twice.
Yeah, and the one time he was on there, he was bashing the shit out of me.
Yeah, and then was he ever on again, Jason? No, because a friend's got your back.
What I said to these guys earlier is when you came here and we were good friends, I think that I could bust your balls a little more than I do now. And then it got to a point where you just didn't want to hear that shit. You didn't want to have a sense of humor. You didn't like when I talk shit on other people, even though, I mean, that's just what people do. They just talk shit.
You're not friends with the Pace anymore.
Huh? Yeah. We're working on it. Don't worry. We'll get over it.
Did I say that when the show started?
Friendships go through fucking waves, okay?
Yeah, and they go through way more when you go on the radio every week and
abuse
those relationships.
I don't see radio. You're on Howard 101.
You guys, and you guys have, what it was bothered me from the day that I sent you the email, and you guys did what you did. You guys made a decision. This show is, I would argue, probably the most important thing in your lives. But this show is the most important
over my child and wife?
This is the most important thing to you. What it does to you and your friends, you don't care about because you'd rather do great radio. So good, take your great radio, but don't call me an asshole when I'm upset about it.
I've never once called you an asshole.
And then try to be cool. Like I can't. Like I think I'm cool with you guys in the office. This 2 hours is where I'm not cool with you guys. But other than that, I'm a fucking good with you guys, but it doesn't do anything, and you guys have made a choice.
All right,
one thing real quick. What is the one thing that we said to you that's really upset you more than anything else? Like, what is the thing that fucking really stuck in your craw?
It's what I just said to you. My friends have not listened and have just decided, no, this is more important to us.
Well,
I can't point to anything. It's you guys goofing on everything, not even just me. Again,
I know you get upset when we goof on other people, which I also find weird. So I think from what I'm going to assess everything I've heard and come to a conclusion. You don't like the show. You don't like us talking about you on the show. You would much prefer that we don't talk about you on the show in any capacity. And if we are to continue to talk about you on the show, then that just drives a bigger and bigger wedge between our friendship. And I think there's nothing, I mean, that's how you feel. We feel how we feel. We'll have to go forward with that. I do think, and I do take a lot of umbrage with you being the martyr for everybody else. I don't see why you should get upset when we say things about other people, especially when those people don't get upset. I also don't think
people, I can name a lot of people that have gotten upset.
And you're the one that also flipped your whatever you flip over David Height. Meanwhile, David Height came up and was like, I loved when you guys talked about me on the show.
Have you ever met a fan that came up to you guys and didn't say, hey, I fucking love the show, whether that show was Back Office, whether it was the intern show, whether that's what people do. They're not going to come up and say, hey man, no, I thought that was kind of dicky. They're going to say, I don't mind, it's cool. Because they're not like me.
All I ask, unless you want to keep driving a wedge between me and you, is...
You guys are the ones driving the wedge.
No, but that's not true. It's not fair for you to say that.
Why?
Because
When I invite you to things and when I act cool in the office, how am I the one driving the wedge? It's this show that's driving the wedge.
I agree. Those are nice gestures that you do.
What more can I do for you?
Have a little bit of sense of humor about yourself.
Yeah.
Allow us just to bust your balls over stupid shit. If we make stupid jokes about John Hines' TV show...
Did I ever come in here and say, that bumper is out of line? Or what you... I've never even come in here and said what's out of line.
Yes, you did. You said you hate when we goof on John Hines' TV show.
I think
that you work hard on it, which I know you work hard on it. I know they all do.
Acknowledge it's a dicky move.
No, it's not a dicky move.
It's not. People love this show because it's the dickiest show on the channel, and I get
it's
it.
busting balls.
I don't think making fun of John Hines for not being from Pittsburgh is the biggest of all the shit is the dickiest of things.
Where it ends busting balls is where when I say it's gone beyond busting balls to me.
That's your
hurting
opinion.
stuff. I know, but when you
and
continue
it seems to be only your opinion.
When you continue to do it, it's more than busting balls. So stop telling me that it's just busting balls.
All right,
but
with you, I got to end this. So what I'm going to say is, you are sensitive. You don't want to be talked about.
And I said that from day one. And you guys just poke and poke.
Of course, that's what we do.
Right. Thank you for at least acknowledging that you're being a dickhead. And I'm trying to do everything I can to not keep it like this.
But now that you've got to talk about everything that angers you, I will be very honest with you. I don't like when you talk for other people. It really pisses me the fuck off.
All right, well, you're in here getting to say whatever you want, and I'm out there.
If somebody's got a problem, they have the same access to me that you do.
Right.
All right? So don't claim that you're speaking on behalf of other people.
I didn't say that.
You've said it many times.
No, I said
other
that you
people
don't have,
this,
you're not
other
friends
people
with people.
that.
Yeah, you're not friends with people. Facts.
I got plenty of friends.
I tell you, they're all in this room right here.
Maybe. Well,
this is
the group. Teddy fucking zoned out of the show 8 hours ago.
I don't know what he's doing.
What are you doing over there?
Calling his weed dealer.
I took pictures, documenting.
Tweet him out
what Teddy's busy doing? Not being a douchebag.
Yeah, because he's lazy.
In front of me.
Why does
There's nowhere for me to talk.
Please. Teddy's thrown JD under the bus so many times on this show.
Look, I just think, hold on.
And don't think that these aren't thoughts that other people have just because we say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steve's got to remember, too, that there's always the rule with these guys. And there are things, I get pissed about shit a lot. But, I mean, you got to just let it either roll off and realize that nobody's listening.
Somehow, Tom.
And secondly, you can always at any time, there's been loads of shit I've told these guys, dude, that's not for air. And they do honor that. They will respect that.
I never doubted that they honor that. What happened? The film crew decided that they were wasting their time?
Yes.
No more film crews in here?
Stop it. You're insulting the show now.
Yeah, you're damn right I'm insulting
Don't put our show down.
I can't wait.
Us.
You know what? You know there's been more clips of Jackie's joke hunt played on Howard's show than this show?
Oh. Well, how many John Hines TV show clips?
You can do this all day. I don't give a shit.
Yes, you do give a shit. Look at you.
No, I don't give a shit about that. I really don't.
Okay.
Keep going. What else?
That was good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, bust some balls.
I honestly tell you.
Quickly, go to break. He's busting our balls. This is bullshit.
If you say that Jackie's played more than us. Or that even anyone listens to the show. This show is about busting balls. This show is about if we hear something in the back office or somebody does something, we want to call them out on being a douchebag. It's not like we're looking to pick on you. If we see something and you make a comment, we're like, wow, why would you say something like that? That's what we call you out on.
Coming up.
I don't know. Wait, where do we stand with Steve at this point?
I think we stand with Steve.
Are we going to take a break? Will you stick around?
Sure.
Right.
We'll reassess it. We have a lot of phone calls up for Steve. Give us a call, 888-STERN-101. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Back Office Radio with Will and Jason on Howard 101. We wish Steve Brandano respected us as much as he respects single ladies. We are Back Office Radio.
Welcome back to Back Office Radio. We've had a very tense and interesting commercial break here.
I think it was angrier in the commercial break.
Steve wasn't even the least of it. Shuli came back. Steve, you don't lock the door. I don't want Shuli running in here.
I'm not touching the door.
No, I told Will to do it.
Yeah.
Shuli's insane. Shuli is motherfucking crazy insane. He comes back here and he has a loaded question in his hand, and the loaded question is, what gives you guys the right to do this radio show? What gives you guys the rights to be a dick and come on here and say what you want about people? So I answered, Yeah, well, here's what gives me the right. My name's Jason Kaplan. Tim gave me a radio show, and this is what we're doing. This is the show we pitched, and this is the show we're doing. And then I asked him what gives him the right to make all his little snarky, little biased comments in the news. And to which he started yelling and screaming and got mad at Will and got mad at us and stormed out of here. And it's craziness. It's crazy.
Let's point out your response was, because I'm Jason Kaplan.
Yeah.
Because now you've become.
Because I'm Jason Kaplan on the radio. I told you to lock the goddamn door.
I love how you change your response. Your response to me was, what gives you the right to add your snarky comments?
Well, I said, what gives you the right to give your opinion in the news?
You
make us look like dicks in the news all the time.
What gives you the right to slant your stories the way you...
Yeah.
That's not snarky remarks. That's saying that I take a story and I change it. That's not what I do.
When you add your commentary to, which I love,
what you
change.
Sounds like you love it.
I do.
Like
have I ever come to you once to complain about a news story that ran about me?
You're the guy I air most of the time in most of my news stories.
Right.
I love your commentary.
And I love your news stories. I didn't know there was any anger from you coming at this show, but what I'm saying is when you run a news story, you don't just run dry audio, you put in your commentary in it. That slants the story.
Be a news story. Then it'd be a soundbite.
No, I don't know what Brian Williams thinks of the news stories he runs. He runs the news stories. He doesn't come in with jokes, which it's fine, but don't claim that when you run a news story, you don't put your angle on it.
But this isn't Brian Williams' fucking rock center show.
Goddamn right it's not. And this isn't the feel-good happy hour in here, so I don't know what everyone's fucking problem is.
All I did, rather than talk to the staff before I talked to you guys, rather than wait for Steve to come out, I went to you guys first. Right. And I said, there seems to be an opinion out here in the office of who are you guys to point out everybody's flaws and to call out people for being douchebags.
And then you got mad at our response.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? What do you?
Well, if you took time to think about the question, maybe answer it. You could have answered.
Who are we
to
call out people on being douchebags?
Well, what does that mean?
Why not? Why can't we be the people to call out people?
Then that's your answer.
And what makes
I was looking for was an answer. I wasn't saying this is how I feel.
Are you pissed about back office at this point? I get the feeling that you're angry about something we said.
No,
on this
I had an issue a few shows back. I spoke to Jason about it off the air. It's
and he was right. I apologize.
And he apologized, and he admitted he was wrong, and that was it. And
so you're not mad at me for something?
No, in fact, I even came to you guys. I can't even bring that up, but I came to you guys and said about something that's going on in the future that I think it might benefit you guys more. You know, I don't think I'm a hater. You guys pretty much know who the haters are of this show.
Brandano says everyone hates the show.
Well, listen, maybe more people are talking to Brandano about it than I am. You know, Lisa G is not a huge fan. That's no secret.
Yeah,
you know, and other than that, I mean, nobody's specifically come to me and said, I don't like this fucking show.
So you're still okay with it?
Yeah, but if you guys think that everything's copacetic back there with your fellow coworkers, then that's just a little silly because
get him for saying that.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, let's name names because I don't believe that because I think our relationship with Richard. Wait, hold on. Our relationship with Richard and Sal is the same as it's always been.
Right. Richard can't wait to get
JD. He gets shit on every show here. He doesn't seem to care that
much. But
he's
not happy about it.
Yeah, but you know what? He's fine.
He's a good friend.
He is.
Hold on a second.
What are you laughing at?
He has
a sense of humor about it.
JD came walking on the Fat Guy show the other night and hung out for an hour. I mean, like, what the fuck? Whoa, don't be a dick, dude. Who gave you the right to be a dick?
Whoa. Too far. Believe me, if you're going to mark that up with what you guys do to the kid, I mean,
what do I say worse than what you just said about JD?
Jason, like 50% of your guys' show is him coming in and you guys attacking him and goofing on him and stuff. And I'm not saying I have a problem with that. I'm saying the guy you're doing it to has a problem with that.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
Well, he's never expressed it.
You asked me to name somebody, so there I named him.
JD.
Okay.
But in that same breath, you still made fun of him. You made a joke about him being fat. Now, how's that any different than what we do on this show?
It's a lot different because I just made one little joke.
It's actually
and it's not a 2-hour show. And you guys, you know, this is your show. I'm not telling you not to do your show. All I came in here to do is ask you guys a fucking question,
which I answered.
You guys are going to force me to drink.
Jason, I have a serious question for you, and I'm not speaking for this person, and I don't know. This is not something I overheard or blah blah blah. But I want to ask you point blank.
Get in here. That was an angry guy right there.
Jason, do you think that your relationship with Gary has changed at all since this show?
No.
And again, I'm not speaking for Gary, and I don't know that it has. I'm just asking.
No, I don't think my relationship with Gary has changed from the start of the show or because of the show.
Okay.
I think there's stuff that's happened here the last year that's made my relationship change with him, and not in a personal way.
Will you becoming Jason Kaplan?
No.
Yeah.
No, me becoming a bigger part of this organization, working here a lot of hours. And I've told Gary this in a lot of ways. I see him as a colleague now as opposed to a strict boss employee relationship, even though he's the boss of the Howard Stern show. That has nothing to do with back office radio. That has to do with growing up and, I've been here for 13 years and I'm 34 years old and I'm at a certain place in life and I I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe
Again,
Gary
just
likes it or
asking.
doesn't like
Nope,
it.
just asking. I'm not trying to imply anything.
I was going to lie and say I thought about this really hard during the commercial break, but clearly I didn't get a chance to think about anything during the commercial break. But I'm going to say this right now, and if it hurts the show, it hurts the show, and so be it. But I love Steve. I don't agree with him. I think he should have a better sense of humor about this show and the things we do on it. But bottom line is, I don't want to deal with this every week. And if every time we mention Steve's name, it's going to be a fucking thing, then I would rather just not mention Steve's name.
Oh, no, don't not talk about me on the show.
I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm making a declaration to my
great.
co-host.
Then I think that we can be stellar friends, because the only part of you guys that bothers me is this 2 hours right here.
He's a major source of material. You should.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's more important here?
What about my impression?
I'm unveiling a new plan for that next week. Don't worry about
It's
it.
out.
Okay.
No, wait. So where do we stand right now?
Dude, it's going to be the same as it is every week. I'm going to go back and do the work I got to do. I'm going to have headphones on when you walk out. You're going to say goodbye and leave, and I'm going to come in tomorrow like everything is peachy, as I always do. What you guys do after that with the, oh, well, did he not invite me to this because of this? Is he not talking to me about this? Why is he mad at me? You guys can do whatever you want. But I'm going to be
the
cool
angle
with
is
you
that
guys
we're
like I
obsessed
always
with
am.
your behavior.
No, the angle is, which you guys have admitted to, is I act like a friend with you guys all the time, except for these 2 hours.
Yeah, but you can't act like a friend
and
when
you
there's this
guys
whole
come on and pick it
undercurrent
apart.
going on.
But you guys are the one doing that, not me.
No, you can't handle it. I get it. You can't handle it.
Cool.
Our friendship can't handle it, so I'm out. Is what
Our
I'm
friendship
saying.
is more important to me than
No, it's not. No,
this.
that's the thing that bothers me. It's friendship on your terms. It's friendship when we don't bust balls, we don't insult each other.
Well, we're on the fucking radio.
No, it's
so
not
you
just that.
busting Hoagie's balls is not the same as busting my balls
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
fucking radio.
So it's only the radio. So if I bust your balls in the back office, you'll take it fine. No, I don't believe that either. You don't like people making fun of you in any sense. You don't like it. You don't have a sense of humor about yourself.
Because who have I gotten mad at besides you?
You get mad at anybody that makes fun of you. You've gotten mad at Howard if he makes a comment about you.
I don't mind when Howard says anything. Yeah, I'm going to react to the comments.
You get mad. Come
Yeah,
on,
I'm going to
dude.
react to comments.
But that's my bigger point.
That are stupid, but Howard doesn't know me. You guys know me.
But you say, oh, I want to go back to being friends, but friends on your terms.
What does that mean?
It means that we're constantly supportive of you, that we never make a joke about you. We never
You're
bust
the
your
most
balls.
sensitive person on this show.
I'm the most
Yes.
sensitive. Wrong.
Yes.
How am I the most sensitive person on the show?
Because you'll do stuff like oh, he didn't say this to me, so maybe we're not friends. Like, I act like a friend to you all the time.
Yeah, because
and yet
I think
you
it's
still do
bullshit.
this.
I don't think it's true emotion. I think you're just going through the motions because you want it to go away more than you actually
What do you
think
mean want
you're
it to
friends.
go away? I would go
You
to a
don't
show
like-
with just me and you.
Right.
And I've invited you
Yeah, I would do
several
that.
times. All right?
No, I'm saying that it's not real. Like that's
Why is that
things
not real?
Because
I wouldn't
things haven't
invite you
been
if I didn't wanna
resolved.
hang out with you.
Things haven't been
The
resolved.
things that you do every week here.
I think if I could play a mediator here for a second, I think what Will is saying is that a lot of shit comes out on the air here. Clearly, you're angry, and to Will and to me, although I prefer that you don't bring it up, is that he walks out there and he's like, "Well, Steve must still be mad at me because there's no way he was mad at me an hour ago and isn't
Right,
mad at
no,
me
no, an hour ago, 5 minutes ago."
Right. So we're not talking about it. So I'm just assuming that there's this guy sitting here with a bunch of resentment towards me.
Let me ask you this question. How come I come on here and flip out, but I never flip out on you guys in the office ever?
Well,
I mean,
because
we
we
might
don't
get into
talk
a
this
silly
honestly.
argument.
To be clear, we don't
No
talk
one-
like this.
No one talks this honestly about anything.
Yeah, but that's why I actually like the show. You could kind of, it's
Right.
therapeutic in a way.
Right, it's a great
Sometimes
show
if
for
you
you
say
guys and
shitty
the
things,
fans.
Well, that's not
you
true.
need to be called on
JD
it.
and I became better friends because of this show. Absolutely, positively.
You and JD are not good friends, Jason. And if you think
JD,
that,
get the fuck in
and
here.
if you think
Get
that,
in
you're
here.
kidding yourself.
Get in here.
Well, what's he going to do? Open himself up to ridicule for the,
No, ask him.
for
He
the
doesn't
next
like
week
me.
that the
It's
show's
fine.
on?
Jesus Christ, JD can speak for himself is what I'm saying.
Who
JD,
else?
get in here.
JD has been named as somebody
I'm not going to
that's...
speak for anybody else because you guys will just throw it at me.
Well, who else? I need to know the name.
Do you guys seriously think that everybody's back there going, this is a great show?
Well, do you think people are doing that about John Hines' TV show?
No.
All right, just shut up.
Yeah.
Are we friends or what? I think we are.
We're friends.
We had a great time at the Fat Guy show the other night.
I would say, oh yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say we're definitely better friends than whenever we were arguing.
A year
and stuff.
ago, we weren't talking to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right. And now we're back to
because we were at this point. And
no, but this was even before Back Office Radio. You and I were practically not talking to each other.
I don't know about that.
I couldn't make a joke about you in the way that in the way that we're kind of saying we can't.
Listen,
about I couldn't make a joke about. We talked about it on Back Office Radio.
Yeah, there have been a couple. I mean, there were a couple of times for that, and now,
Right. Now I think we're in a good place.
We're a decent place.
Are you angry with us over this show?
Are you
angry at us over this show?
Oh, I hate this fucking show.
Are you angry at? Do you like Will less now?
Oh, you What show would I like where when I fucking walk in, he plays elephant sound effect? Why would I like that show?
I'll play the flattering clip we have of JD.
No.
With JD singing.
JD singing. Keep to yourself.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hoes all on me.
Hell yeah, Dizzle.
And listen, but I mean, it's not that we hang out, but I don't hang out with a lot of people. But that's a whole other thing.
Bottom line is, are we friends?
Huh?
Are we friends?
Yes, we're friends.
Okay, that's it.
We're friends.
Can I just ask one question, Jay? Do you feel that you guys are heading down the road where you were a year ago? Meaning the ball busting and stuff. Do you think it's kind of coming back to that?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard the rest of today's show. I don't know what I don't know.
We're still busy writing it.
I don't know what they have about me. He said he heard stories. I'd rather fuck a. We'll see. But, no, I mean, I'm trying to,
have a good sense of humor about it?
Listen, I'm used to fucking people, man. Since high school, I've just been used to people. I'm able to take those jokes. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, but I would say, and again, not to belabor point.
I do think there's a difference between, when it's just us in the back office and then you making fun of me on the air.
I'm just talking about me and you right now. You and I had hit, within the last year, a low point. In all the years we've known each other, we hit a low point.
Yes.
And then we hashed it all out on Back Office Radio.
Yeah.
And since then, things have been a lot better.
Hostage crisis.
What's that?
I'm not saying this is for JD, but if I can come on and say, yeah, Jason, everything's cool, and that stops it, yeah, I would do that. As opposed to
do you think he's scared of us?
No,
Well, we talk about JD all the time on the show.
Ridiculous.
Okay, enough of this. Let's take some phone calls.
That's
just silly.
It's in Atlanta. Welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey now.
Hey now.
I just wanted to thank Steve Brandano because nothing makes for better radio than a pussy that will not stop bleeding. Thank you.
Great joke, sir. Thank you.
Matt, Massachusetts. Welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey now. I just want to say, oh my God, it sounds like I was going to say high school, but middle school cafeteria.
It's like a women's club in here.
Markham.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Douchebag. There's a douchebag comment for you.
Don't make fun of me, Steve.
The Markham thing is too over the top.
Let's point out that it's a douchebag thing.
It's a fucking stupid joke.
I know.
Any joke is inherently insulting.
But that's the point.
At John Hein.
But it's a joke. You don't bust your friend's balls ever.
Not on the radio.
Who cares about the fucking radio? What does that have to do with?
I care about the radio.
No, because you have this image that you have to uphold that you're this fucking cool Rico Suave motherfucker. I don't know what this is about.
What do I do that makes me cool?
You're some cool Williamsburg hipster motherfucker.
What do I do that I'm trying to be cool?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what image you're trying to protect that we say, oh, Steve not the Mac that he fucking thinks he is.
I just don't want you
That's such an
talking
asshole
about me.
thing to say. I mean, what the fuck? Who do you fucking think you are?
What do you mean?
Really?
Who do I think I am?
Yeah.
I think I'm a guy whose friends make fun of him for 2 hours on the radio every week and then say, who the fuck do I think I am? You fucking douchebag, Will.
Well, there you have it. I guess I'm douche of the week.
You are! Look at what you just did. Why is Jason silent? Why is all these guys silent?
I was getting real right there. I'm watching it. Steve, I don't...
Yeah, because you don't have a sense of humor about yourself.
You are.
If I can't make
You're
fun...
being the sensitive prick that you are.
I'm a sensitive prick.
Yes.
So anyone can make any insult they want about me on this show.
You fuck with me for 2 hours on this show every week.
I don't fuck.
I act cool, and then you go,
this is acting cool?
Guy?
A 3-page email is acting cool?
That was the warning that led to all of this. That's all I said.
No,
Everything
where you
said in this letter happened.
Where you gave us the ultimatum. They said you wouldn't be our friends if we did this show. Yeah, that's true. You made that. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You guys will end your friendships like
with you, not with anyone else. With you
and me.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Right.
Don't worry about the Pace situation. We're working that out.
Good. I mean, it would be nice if you never had to work it out. But this happens with you and your friends. It doesn't happen with me and my friends.
I have lots of friends here still that listen to the show and have no issue with it.
Right. Well, okay. There's Richard and Sal, and then everybody else you guys don't talk about.
I talk to John Hein. I'm probably in better terms with John Hein than I've been this entire time.
I can't speak for John Hein.
Steve,
for John Hein.
whatever's
I
going
just
on
like,
with
you can't bust your balls about anything?
John came in here and made fun of the Markham thing.
How am I the sensitive one if I can't bust your balls about one thing?
If you think that this show is like Howard's show where we give the pass to busting balls.
It's not about that.
No, it's not about
It's about the guys.
You're on the air right now. People are listening to this right now. And you're going, fuck my friends. Let me kick dirt on them. Let me
How am I
point
doing
out
that?
their
We're trying to talk about what's
weaknesses,
going
everything you
on.
guys do
You're here.
I
No one's
know.
kicking dirt on you.
We're trying
You've
to-
been here for 40 minutes.
We're trying to have an honest conversation with you about it.
Am I
And
lying
it's not,
about anything?
No, but it's
No,
not
but
about shitting on you for the sake of shitting on you.
Okay.
It's about having an honest conversation and saying, "Oh, you can't take it when anyone busts your balls," and you get upset about it.
Yeah, you
but
guys
then you
come
say,
on, say
"I'm the most
whatever the
sensitive
fuck you
person
want.
in this
You
office."
are.
How
First
is
of all-
that?
First of all, I don't
Go ahead. How?
Because
now
you
you're being
do
honest.
stuff
Now
in your
I can
mind.
see that there's anger in your. now you're being honest. So what?
No, I'm not being angry at all. I'm not the one yelling.
No, I'm saying-
you build up things in your head because you're sensitive.
Do you think that that Steve angry about the show is something I've made up in my
Will,
head?
when I act cool every day with you except Thursday afternoon, and
But
you,
like we just
and
had,
you go.
listen, we're going around in circles. We just
Yeah.
said you get angry at us on the air.
Right.
5 minutes later, you're acting like nothing happened.
Right.
That's
I'm trying to have
not
a
me.
friendship.
That's not me building things in my head. That's you being one way
What if
1 second, and then 5 minutes being something
So
different.
what I'm saying when I do that is these guys are going to be douchebags on the air for 2 hours every week. So that's going to suck during those 2 hours. But once it's done, it's done.
Or
and
you
I'm
could
going to
say-
try to live the way that we always have done. And I'm an asshole.
That's it. You truly turn it off and on.
Why
like
not
that.
just come in here and bust balls right back?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to bust my
But
friend's
I'm saying
balls
that's
on you.
how you deal with
And
it, Will.
why? That makes it
We're going
okay.
around. We're going
That
around in
makes it
circles.
cool.
I'll
We're going
take-
around
That just
in
makes
circles.
Will
I'll
angry.
take a Jack and
my
Coke.
takeaway from this is and we could have a whole separate conversation about how sensitive Will is. But
So you agree?
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
not in this scenario.
Oh, well,
here.
Will,
But
I hope you're paying attention to him saying
How
it,
am I-
too.
what do you mean?
And John
Oh,
Hine would
but
agree.
in all
I'll put
seriousness,
him
we
on
need
the
a separate
spot. John
segment for
Hine would
that.
agree, too.
Okay, but hold on, 'cause this is the Steve segment right here. And
See how it just came by?
My takeaway from this is that Steve doesn't want us talking about him on the air, and if we want to remain friends with him, that's whether we agree to it or not, that's pretty much the
You
ultimatum.
mean what I
he's
said
lying
3
down.
months ago?
Yeah, I didn't. You know what? I thought you get over it by now, but clearly not. So okay, so that's the ultimatum. It's a decision that you and I have to make on an individual basis. I think that Steve is my personal opinion is that Steve is way overly sensitive and being a big fucking baby about just mild ball busting. You can't make jokes without insulting something. Jokes don't exist
'Cause
unless
you don't
something
care
is being
about your
put down.
friendship.
No, I care about doing an entertaining radio show and making fun of John singing the Markham song for going to Pittsburgh. To me, is harmless. And if he wants to get pissed off at me about that, then that's more his problem than my problem.
I just like pointing out when you're being a douchebag.
Well, you're being a douchebag right now too. So you're
Well,
so
you
we're both
say it
being
every
douchebags.
week, so I mean that's cool.
I think you should go back and actually listen to the show and don't just put your headphones on. We don't talk about you for 2
No,
hours
I don't
and we
wanna
don't call you a
listen to this
douchebag.
show.
All right, so you don't even know what we say. So
Yeah.
right, you don't know. No, you don't. You come in here, you make
you,
all these
Jason.
accusations.
Fuck you. I know.
Don't make fun of me,
No,
Steve.
I
Don't
know,
do it.
I know this. I came to you 3 months ago and said, if you guys do this, it's going to suck for us, and you guys made a choice right there.
Don't say us.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You.
Don't say it sucks for us. It sucks for you.
Well, then, Will, what can I do that it's going to make you okay? Because it does suck for you, because you come on here and go, I don't know, things have changed with Steve. It sucks because we used to be such good friends.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know what
Steve,
I
Will's
can
been
do
saying that for
that I'm
years.
not doing. I don't know what I can do.
No.
And why am I
And-
thinking about it?
and
Why am I
again-
going home and being like, how am I going to
That's a
act
good point.
tomorrow?
No, that's me. That's kind of how I feel too.
But I'm
it's sad
trying,
to me.
Will.
It's
I'm
sad-
trying. I'm not going home and going, I'm going to ruin it. I'm going, how can I fix it? What can
Of
I
course,
do?
I think of those things too.
There's an easy answer to how you can fix it. Jason
It's
touched
hard
on it
for me
earlier.
to be friends with somebody that you can't bust balls with, on or off the fucking
You
microphone.
know, one of the nicest Christmas
It
cards.
is.
One of the nicest Christmas cards Will
You
ever
can't
gave
do it
me.
with friends from home because it's not the same thing. You're not on the
I'm
air.
saying off the air. I don't see any difference between you on and off the air in that sense.
But I
agree.
never flip on
If
you.
I-
off
if we
the
did
air.
this rap-
do I ever cry outside the office and go, "Oh, that wasn't nice of you to say to
Well,
me"?
why are you doing it on
off.
air?
Because you're doing it on
Why
air.
don't you just be a real-
We're talking-
I feel
he's
I'm the
saying
same
It's different off air.
You know me very well.
and he's saying it's the same off
It
air.
is.
You know me very
It's
well,
not the
Steve.
same.
No,
I don't
yes, it
flip
is.
out on you guys off
No,
air.
because we wouldn't have this conversation off the air.
Right.
But if I came to you and said, "Dude, you're a douchebag for not fucking that chick at a wedding when you could have," you would be just as angry
I didn't flip
off
out
the
about
air.
that. I told you that story willingly. Why would I tell you that if I was upset about it?
Well, that was the whole thing that started the email, right? I mean, I don't even remember what it
The
was.
show started the email, and your attitude started the email. That's what I've always tried to say with that.
Steve, you know me
It
very
wasn't
well.
about my incident.
You know me very
it's
well.
about your attitude.
Am I any different off the air than I am on the air? I mean,
No,
be
because
fucking
you've
honest,
embraced, I'm Jason Kaplan, and I'm always a douchebag.
No,
Let me
I
tell you
embrace
about the Rock
honesty.
and Roll Hall of Fame concert that I didn't even watch.
Here's an example.
'Cause I'm
Steve
a
is angry that
douchebag.
I did a rap on the Rock and
You're
Roll Hall of
on
Fame
the radio, dude. You're on the radio, and you're not Howard. So the come on and trash the thing that you never ever heard Like Your Howard is fucking obnoxious.
It wasn't.
Wow.
First of all, hold on.
Well, don't shit on my radio show, man. That had nothing to do with you or anyone here in the back office.
I told you that off air. I told you that off air.
Yeah, and I thought you were an asshole for saying that, although I appreciated your honesty.
I'm trying to do everything I can to make things cool.
See, and this
Even
is what
that conversation with you.
This is what I'm talking about. We did for people who don't listen to every second of Back Office Radio, right after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I listened to some of it on the radio, but I said,
who cares, Jason? Seriously,
well,
you're gonna set up this whole fucking story.
Yeah, I'm going to set up the whole fucking story. Listen, we can sit here and talk about Community for a half hour, show that 3 million people
We're doing a show about TV.
The one and only Ricky fucking Schroeder.
We're doing a show about TV.
Easy. Can I get a vodka tonic?
No. Don't shit. Listen, you're shitting on me, and who cares what I have to say? I'll shit on you right the fuck back. You just said, who the fuck cares? You just shat on me.
Yeah,
you just shat on me.
No, shat on your approach.
Yeah, you shat on my whole thing.
You think people care about what you say about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But you're being honest now.
Yeah, you're being honest
I was honest to him off the air about it.
And I'll be honest to you, too. No one gives a shit about Ricky.
I didn't know the thing about. I didn't know the thing about me being Mr. Sensitive until today.
Well,
so you clearly
Jason who feels that way, and John who
he
feels
said
that
it in a
way,
different
and everybody else in the office that feels that way.
Well, you know what? Hold on 1 second. You want to be honest about it? I'd rather somebody say that to my fucking face and say it about behind my back a bunch of times.
I'm not saying anything behind your back.
If I'm sensitive, tell me why. I'd rather hear it.
We all witness you being sensitive. There's nothing we have to say.
Okay, so give me an example.
When you put things in your head. Why? He didn't say this. He didn't invite me to this. We must not be friends.
I think he was kidding about that, though.
What are you talking about?
In that example, you put up. I always act like your friend, and you come on here and go, I don't know. I don't think we're friends. I don't know. Why? I invite you out to things. I try to hang out with you, and you still, in your head, go, I don't know. He kind of looked at me.
Because you know what, dude? Because when you fucking first got here, you were a fucking intern and first starting out, you were like my boy. You know what? You were with me all the fucking time, and we were good friends. And then at some point, you decided that you no longer needed me around to be fucking... Yes, you did.
You being sensitive.
No, it's not. It's a fucking changing fucking character.
No.
Yes, it was. It was you saying, oh, I don't need to be his friend anymore. I can fucking make my own world around here and do my own thing, and so I move on.
Well, I got a footing at some point for sure.
Yeah, absolutely,
but that didn't change our friendship.
Absolutely
like
did.
This, then
absolutely
your sensitivity.
Did. Please,
that's your sensitivity.
That's just not true.
That is true.
The same kid that came to my bachelor party is not the same kid that walks around these halls now. The same kid when I said, "Hey, do you want to go out to Belmont?" One time you go, no, that's just not my scene.
I never.
And it was like, who is? That's what I mean.
I don't really
exactly, but that was the point. It was like, oh no, that's not the kind of thing I do,
dude.
And that's not the same kid that I met.
Guys there.
That's not the same kid I met. That was at my bachelor party being a fucking maniac.
I matured a little bit. Yeah,
I don't know if matured's the word.
I don't think that's affected our friendship.
I hate to do this, but
you did with your sensitivity.
Somehow Tom Chisan just came in the studio and told us we had to take a break, so we have to go out to a break. Coming up, I don't know where we go from here. But
I need a cigarette.
We'll talk more feelings here on Back Office Radio.
Lots of feelings.
After the break.
You're listening to Back Office Radio with Will and Jason on Howard 101.
From high atop the Howard Stern building in Midtown Manhattan, no more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Ralph Howard. Bigfoot makes progress. The Stern Show Whackpacker is free from a loony bin and gets a new home and cable TV. It's Howard 100 News exclusive.
Howard 100 exclusive.
Yes?
Bigfoot, it's John Lieberman. How you holding up?
I'm holding up all right, it is. I've been getting things fixed around here left and right.
Yeah, what's the apartment like?
It's pretty nice.
Is it carpeted?
Yes, it is.
Any bugs? Any problems like the old place?
No, not like the old place. There's few problems. There's nothing too major. It is. I had to fix some stove outlet. It is. We're 220. It is. The box fell right off the back of it. It did.
Bigfoot relaying some minor problems in his new apartment, but telling us it's nothing like the problems he had in his former apartment, the one where he ended up suing his landlord. Now, Bigfoot undertaking the arduous task of getting back into his daily routine.
I've got all kinds of food here. It is. I went and sent Randy to the store to get me some. I've been having people come here left and right and fuck up the cable. It is. Like yesterday they did it is, and while he was here it is, and I sent him out to the store to buy me some food with $120.
And what kind of food do you have now?
I have like cookies and soups and stuff like that. sandwiches.
We will keep you abreast of Bigfoot's mental and physical condition. John Lieberman, Howard 100 News.
Howard 100 News on your side. Until we're not.
The Stern Show wants a new theme song. Something creative, original, that reflects Howard Stern. You could win $5,000. The theme song contest is sponsored by SiriusXM. Must be at least 21 and a resident of the U.S. Entry by email only and must be received by noon Eastern on March 14th. Get rules and details at SiriusXM.com/Howard. And you can Twitter The Stern Show for news and get updates from Howard 100 News. Go to twitter.com/Stern Show. For traffic and weather for Los Angeles, Washington, Atlanta, and other major cities, go to SiriusXM channels 132 to 140. Another Howard 100 News Brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100. Provided Jason didn't die of a heart attack during the commercial break, this is Back Office Radio with Will and Jason on Howard 101.
Hi. You all right, Jay? Welcome back to the show about feelings, Back Office Radio.
Holy cow.
Lots of feelings today. There's angry, yelling feelings, but a lot of I feel this way, you feel that way, my feelings were hurt this, your feelings were hurt that.
We're often described as a bunch of yentas.
Yentas.
It was never truer than today.
My brother texted me, referred to this as, we renamed the show Vagina Radio.
It's a bit of that.
That was cute. He said he couldn't tear himself away. We're getting tons of traction on Twitter. You can give us a follow at Back Office Radio. We're getting a lot of notes here. Be careful of Steve. He is crazy. That comes from August. Let's see what we got here. Today's Back Office Radio is fucking epic. That is from somebody named DC Rants. The guy's name is Douche McGee. Douche McGee on Twitter says, next time Brandano is in the studio, make sure you have a hose to wash out the sand of his giant gaping vagina. Oh, I also promised to give a very happy birthday shout out to Stern Nation Chick. Or no, was it Stern Nation Chick or Stern Girl? I can't remember.
Something Stern Girl.
Something Stern somebody. Happy birthday to, Stern Fangirl. Happy birthday to Stern Fangirl on Twitter. Happy birthday to Rachel Fine. It's Rachel Fine's birthday today.
Happy birthday. Those beautiful bombs.
Oh, the bombs just get more bigger and beautiful every single year. Yeah, so we just spent an hour talking.
And where do we leave things?
I have no idea.
Nowhere.
You know, I really meant it when I said, like, I'm just not going to talk about Steve anymore because I'd rather just not deal with this and be friends. But then he pissed me off at the very end. So, but I'll talk to him about it off air because that's where he wants to handle everything. John and
well, one last thing I just want to say is, no, I probably do get sensitive about things.
Yeah.
And it's just because I was really good friends with Steve and that heightens a lot of stuff when I feel, in my own perception, I guess, that things are falling apart.
I hope I'm not speaking out of school here. I've known you for years and we talk a lot. This thing with you and Steve, your feelings towards it anyway, have been going on for much, much longer than the 19 shows we've done.
And it's always bothered me that I never really could get to the bottom of it. And,
Right.
and I got to be honest, that was one of the most honest conversations
Right.
that we've ever had. You know?
So maybe much like how JD and I became better friends because of this show, maybe you and Steve.
That's a hope.
This show does serve a purpose.
It absolutely serves a goddamn purpose. Look, clearly Steve and Will have a lot of resentment towards each other in some areas, and they've never talked about it before. And now they've talked about it, and Will seems like he's going to pass out.
It's worse than it's ever been.
John and Patchog.
Yeah.
Welcome to Back Office Radio. John, you there, buddy? Going once.
Yoo-hoo.
Going twice.
Oh.
Charlie in Pittsburgh, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on here.
I know. Hey, Will, I mean, doesn't Brandano like Tom Brady to surprise you? He's a big pussy.
Does he what?
Come on. He's from New England. He's a Patriots fan. Does it surprise you what a big pussy turncoat he is?
No, I'm not. I'm no longer speaking about Brandano in a negative way on the show.
Tommy from Malden, you're on Back Office Radio. That's okay. We have plenty of people on the phone that want to do it for you. Yeah.
Jason, I saw a picture. You look like you lost some weight there.
I'm hovering.
Old picture.
Anyway, I have a good Brandano story.
All right, make it quick.
This guy hates Brandano.
I was the worst caller. Then he made fun of me.
Wait, why is Gary here? We haven't even mentioned him today.
I'll tell you why I'm here.
He's canceling the show.
No. No, it's interesting because I think this is good. I think when you do a 2-hour show, sometimes you can, pull over to rest stop and regroup. Yeah. So I've been in a meeting for like an hour.
Yeah.
I heard some yelling. I heard Steve come in and out. I did hear like two things that Steve said. At one point, I heard a collective from the entire office go, whoa! So I think what I got out of this is that Steve is unhappy with you guys and thinks that you guys are his friends except when you're doing the show. Is that about right?
Steve, it's all over the place. the bottom line is Steve would prefer that we don't talk about him in any capacity on the show. Period. End of story.
So have I already overstepped the bounds?
No.
No. But
doesn't mean we're listening.
But listen, that's Steve's opinion. That has been Steve's opinion since day one. I thought he'd get over it already. But there's a lot of other underlying issues there. He's mad at me for when I gave a review of the Grammys. I mean, he's mad at me for when I made fun of John singing the Pittsburgh high school theme song on the radio. Like, to me, those things are ridiculously stupid to get mad at, and it pisses me off when he gets mad at them. So that's where we're at. And then Will, what you missed was Will has a lot of issues with his friendship with Steve that go beyond the show, and they've talked about it now, honestly, for the first time ever on this show.
And was it ugly?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty ugly.
But Are
you guys friends now?
I think, yeah. Who knows?
Of course you're friends.
I mean, we're friends. We'll get over it. Lots of shit is talked in this office.
I'm going to get out of your hair because I get too much crap about being on the shows on Thursdays. But I do have to.
You can hear the top of the show.
I do have to ask. Are you guys having difficulty dealing with the repercussions of what goes on these 2 hours the rest of the week?
2 weeks ago, no, not 2 weeks ago after the show, I felt like I walked out into a boxing match. Like
What show was that?
You were here for that.
That's when you got angry.
Yeah. You were here for that. You actually saw some of the emails. You knew what I was dealing with. And by the way, I thought all of that was very unfair to me, but whatever, I still had to deal with it. At the end of the day, though, I listen back to every single one of these shows, and I am perplexed to find something that we have said that is evil about somebody. I mean, saying that you talk a lot a few weeks ago, I mean, I know that you're not thrilled with that, but on the other hand, Jesus Christ, it's not like the worst thing in the world to say about you or anybody.
But don't you think that's sort of funny? Just because you haven't thought of the worst thing to say about me, everything else is okay?
That's not true, though. It's not a fair thing to say, because we could say lots of horrible things about people if we really wanted to go down that road.
And you're very nice to me on the air, and I appreciate it, but if you cracked a fat joke during the John Hein TV show about me, I'm not going to fucking go to you and be pissed at you and angry,
I will tell you that I don't, because it's too easy.
But there you go. So
I'm saying it's too.
We'll take the cheap joke.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. Cracking a fat joke about you doesn't do anything.
Well, what I'm saying is, if I came on here, I was like, "Fuck Gary, I don't like Gary. Here's a bunch of horrible things." But I mean, come on, it's an entertaining show. We're supposed to entertain people. To me, entertainment is honesty, and if I turn on something, and if you get pissed, fine, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think anything I've said about anybody on the show is that bad.
I'm not passing judgment at all, but I am surprised at how surprised you are that people get irritated.
No, I'm not. I'm surprised by the level of irritation.
The thing that we keep getting compared to Howard, and we're trying to be Howard, and we're just insulting people to insult people.
Yeah.
And my thought is, this was supposed to be a group of friends that are in the back office, and they're busting balls of their stupid douchey shit that they say to each other, and it's on the air.
But you understand, when everybody's in the back office busting balls, in other words, if John's busting JD's balls, JD's right there. When you're busting JD's balls and he's down the hall, he can't.
He can. I think the bigger issue is that it's on the air and that people want to protect whatever image they have of themselves.
No, you
can come in. Anyone can come in. JD can come in and defend himself anytime he wants.
I told you this when I was here a couple of weeks ago. I was really mad. And then when I walked in and I looked you guys in the eyes, it seemed a lot more like busting balls. But when you're sitting out there and I can't see you, it comes across as very evil and harsh.
But bottom line, well, I don't know about that, but bottom line is everybody, unless they're all just blatantly lying to us, and I don't think they are, because people have had no problem being honest with me on and off the air about how they feel about me.
I mean, that's the problem. Steve is saying one thing and we're hearing another, so I don't know somewhere the truth lies.
Right, but Steve is a sensitive guy. And
not as sensitive as me, but sensitive.
No, he's very sensitive, and I don't think he understands what... I'm just going to ruin my friendship with Steve.
No, don't do that.
I don't think he understands entertainment on the radio to a certain degree. Meaning, for example, Howard was playing clips of JD on playlists the other day and goofing on them, and it was fucking hilarious, and I thought it made me want to listen to JD's playlist more than it did before he put it out there. But Steve got angry. I mean, Steve got legitimately like, now nobody's going to want to do playlists because Howard's busting people's balls. I'm like, dude, what show are we working on here? This is what we do here.
I happen to agree with both of you. I agree with you that it was really funny, and I agree that if you came to me, if I hadn't done a playlist and you came to me after Fred's and JD's and everybody else's, I would say, you know what? I don't need that shit.
Hey, well, maybe you had a point. Maybe Steve's too sensitive and I'm not sensitive enough. But
I think that's the smartest thing you said today.
See?
But at the end of the day is, I don't know. I just see us, we're goofing around, we're having fun. People do have an open door policy. They could come, even though we say we lock the doors, we don't actually lock the doors.
You did one day, didn't you?
Sometimes,
Oh, yeah, we'll lock it.
Yeah, we'll lock it once in a while, but
I can only take so much John Hein.
I have no
joke.
I have no issues, but I really did hear a lot. So what was the whoa I heard?
I don't even know. You got to go back.
There was a few whoa moments.
You know what, Gary?
It was an honest conversation. That's what it was. There's not many honest conversations around here.
I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but go back and listen to the hour of the show. It's really well worth listening.
Okay, I will. All right, good luck, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you, Gary.
Oh, Gary, Steve is claiming that your and my relationship has changed because of this show. I don't see it.
No, I mean, maybe, but nothing that you would notice or that is anything of any consequence. But I see you as a little bit more of a wise ass. But
you've always seen me as a wise ass. Maybe you.
But you know what? This is the first time you've got to do it to my face behind my back while I'm out there. But no, I mean it's not really. No.
All right. Good. Well, I'm sure Steve will tell us you're lying later. Thank you. All right. Enough of that. Let's take some phone calls.
Yeah.
Joe in North Carolina, welcome to
Teddy, you're still here?
Teddy's like, this is the greatest show ever. I haven't had to do anything.
It's getting hot in here.
Joe in North Carolina, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey, guys. Does anybody remember that Brandano did F. Mary Kills every single semester on the intern show?
What? Were he set up for people to be insulted?
Right, where JD was clearly upset about it. He continued to do it. What a hypocrite. And I like Brandano.
Me too.
But what a hypocrite. JD made it very clear he hated the F. Mary Kills.
Yeah.
He continued to do it. He had award shows where it was like the most hated in the office, where he had interns talking smack about Benji creeping them out and everything else.
How about when Steve would put me in the shit? You go, okay, here's the dud category of Benji, JD, and Jason. No, I know. Listen, he was trying to do an interesting radio show.
You wanted to be in the Jared category?
I could think. You never know. Not everyone likes Jared. Goliath in Chicago. Cool name. Welcome to Back Office Radio.
Cool. Hey, guys, maybe I'm spending too much time with my nephew, but you guys are the Drake and Josh of Howard 101.
I like Drake.
That's a Nickelodeon show, right?
Yeah. He's also from the Whackness.
Before I get to Brandano, my douche of the week's got to be Howard. You guys wearing a scarf and a thick leather jacket.
All right. Scarf and thick leather. Come on, we're trying to do a radio show here, buddy. Let's call somebody else a douche of the week.
Are we doing douche of the week, or are we passing on that segment?
You know, I don't have the stomach for douche of the week. And yes, before you jump in on the joke,
plenty of stomach.
All right, Matt in California, welcome. Fuck
Gary
you.
would make that joke, by the way.
Fuck you, Matt in California, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey guys, couple of quick things. First off, the funniest thing last week was Will's impression of Steve. I thought that was the funniest part of the whole show.
I love the impression.
I have not done it once today.
Unfortunately.
That's right.
And I got to say, I really like Steve, so I don't really understand how he's so upset. But do you think he might be mad that, he picked, the intern show seemed to have been kind of a dead-end concept of a show for him, and you guys obviously picked one that's going like wildfire? Do you think that's any way part of it?
I don't know. I think Steve's thrilled with all his career decisions. Derek in Ontario, welcome to Back Office Radio. Derek, what's up, brother?
Guys, hey, how are you guys? I was going to make a joke to make sure the four of you guys are still coming up for including Teddy in the summer.
Yes.
But holy shit, things got real here, boys.
Yeah. That's real radio there.
Guys, Steve's a sensitive. I'm not going to pretend I know you guys much better than anybody else. But just in the little time I've spent with you, Steve's a sensitive, artsy guy. Will and Jay, you guys obviously have a tougher skin because I think you've been picked on a lot more over the years being with Howard. And I don't think Steve's been in the spotlight quite as much. So I think he's just trying to learn how to deal with this actual aggravation that's going on.
It's
and you guys need to have lunch after, dinner after. You guys got to work it out as real friends off the air bullshit.
I went out to lunch with Steve yesterday, and I was going to actually bring up the fact that we were going to talk about this today, but our lunch was so nice I didn't want to ruin it.
I was going to say, I said, hey, did you bring up that we're talking about Steve tomorrow?
No, I didn't want to ruin lunch. We were having a nice time. All right. I think one more call on this one.
You're just focused on eating.
Yeah. I don't want to fuck up my food. God, what if I lost my appetite? What if?
Don't see that happening.
John in St. Louis, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Yeah, hey guys.
Hey man.
Just wanted to say, you guys say it's all about ball busting and all that, but it's not even good-natured ball busting. You guys make fun of Gary's teeth. of Robin's.
When do we ever make fun of Gary's teeth? Sir, I mean, come on. If you're going to come
and
with
that's a sensitive subject, Gary's teeth?
Yeah. Let's not make fun of Gary's
teeth. That's a show joke. We know to not even do that. You know what I mean?
Stop it. Coming up, all right, we're going to be a kinder, nicer, gentler back office radio. And coming up after the break, we're going to tell Ted, how about a mini intervention with Teddy?
We are?
Yeah.
Can I have a drink first?
You're a drunk and you're blowing through all your money. We'll be back on Back Office Radio, only on Howard 101.
This is Back Office Radio with Will and Jason on Howard 101. The only thing that motivates JD to run. Back Office Radio.
Come on, guys. I thought we were going to make fun of everybody anymore. Welcome back to Back Office Radio. Only on Howard 101. Give us a call, 888-STERN-101. That's 888-783-7610. Still here with Will Murray.
Is Teddy here?
Teddy's still not paying attention?
I'm here.
What are you drawing on over there?
Every week when we do the show, I kind of draw. I do
Teddy plus weed forever.
Yeah.
Are you drawing on the desk?
There's cracks in the desks, and I fill them in with my pen.
Rigon, Hal, you're here. Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. You don't say anything.
We're here, brah.
Al's still getting married, I believe. Yeah, shake the head. Okay, good. Just checking in week to week. You never know what happens.
Is it going to be ugly when we get back in that office?
I don't want to go back. Al, can you do me a favor after the show? Can you just go grab my bag and my jacket and I'll just leave? No wonder Howard uses a separate entrance. I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there. I will say that, I think it's just between us and one person. I really don't believe that it's. I don't think everyone's thrilled with our show, but I don't think anyone feels as passionately.
They tolerate it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone feels as passionately about it as some other people. But let's go to somebody else. We're here an hour and a half into the show. We got Teddy. I teased this during the break. Teddy is, he's a forward-thinking person, and then he's thinking about what he might want to do.
Thank you. That's very nice.
What he might want to do in his future.
As in what he wants to drink tonight?
Yeah, we're talking about me going out the other night because the wife's away.
Let's start with this. So Teddy's wife is out. She's in New Orleans doing whatever the hell she's doing over there. And so Teddy went out the other night and drank it up with some of the boys.
Boys
here.
will play.
And I heard that you were drunk a half hour into dinner.
Well, yeah. I mean, I started a lot earlier than everyone else.
Well, that was the funny thing. John Lieberman said he got to dinner at 8:15,
right?
And you were already 3 sheets. But then you told me you stayed out till 3:30.
I stayed out, yeah.
So you were hammered at 8:15, and then you drank another 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. And
no, I'm just saying that's impressive.
I did a 12-hour shift.
Let me tell you how impressive.
One thing you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't feel this way. I wouldn't feel as impressed by Teddy if I was the only one that went home early. But you went home early, and a lot of people went home early. Not early. Let me roll this back here. Teddy's wedding, which was excellent, and which was a long affair.
Was a little disappointed with all you guys.
I've never been more hungry. Dude, that was the weekend from hell. I went to a wedding the night before.
Excuse. You were at a wedding the night before.
Yeah, and the rehearsal dinner the night before. Dude, I was so I've never had a hangover like that in my life.
I know.
So Teddy, you went the cocktail hour, the ceremony, the next cocktail hour, the dancing, the dinner. It was great. It was a wonderful with Chinese candles, whatever the fuck you call those things, and lanterns in the air, which I'd never even seen before. I was stoned and amazed by the whole experience. And so then the party ends. The band packs up. They're ready to go home, and I'm like, all right. I mean, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was like 10:30.
I was fucking drunk. I was fucking high. This was old Jason, by the way. The wedding was years ago.
Right.
And I was and I was done. I mean, I was just done. So
all that for a 3-year marriage.
Did I come flying over to you like, don't leave?
Me, Will, Jim McClure, big line of people to go on the bus. Where are you going? The party's going all night. I paid the band to play extra. They're keeping the alcohol
I made a mega mix, and I brought in like DJ gear, and then we raved until that music was blasting till 3 a.m.
It was like a pool party after we left.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Christy got naked, jumped in the pool.
Well, he's another lush.
Had to stick around for that one.
I'll tell you, it was fun. It was fun to see a lot of other people strip.
You know what the shitty part is? I at least went back to the hotel and went to sleep.
Yeah.
Jim McClure and his crew, they all went and partied at the casino across the street. Absolutely.
That's kind of bullshit. If you're going to go party.
Oh, whatever. No.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if you're going to stay in a hotel or a casino, you might as well at least play a little while you're there.
So, Teddy, at the very least, might have some issue with drinking. He has a nest egg he saved, and
I don't have an issue with drinking.
No,
I just
you love
like
it.
to go out and drink, and
He's in denial.
And I have no I don't have any kids. I don't have a car. I have no responsibilities.
You party hard.
You party hard.
Honestly, though, it's catching up with me. I mean, you saw me yesterday. I was destroyed, and it even affected me a little bit.
You look like you
I didn't want to have. I got invited last night to go out. Text, hey, I'm out, and I just said I can't. And I sat there drinking water all night, and just hanging out. And, I still was a little affected this morning, too. I mean, the whole point is I do see an end to it. Not an end, but, it's totally slowing down.
I don't care.
I only rage like 2 days a week now.
You're an awesome guy. I love how you and your wife party is what makes you you. I'll still love you even if you stop partying. This isn't an intervention in that sense. What the intervention is that you have a little nest egg saved up, and, you think about...
Family money.
You think about the future.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm not talking, I'm just talking down the road. And one of your big plan in life now is to invest all the money you've saved and into a bar.
Yeah.
And my intervention to you is, dude, that is one of the riskiest businesses to put your money in. If you're an A-type fucking insanely hard worker, which I think you could be if you put your mind to it, but that is such a risk.
Believe me, I'm, that's why I'm doing, now it's almost been a whole year of just research and work on this. And if things are timed right, at the end of this contract, so it'll be 3.5 years of research and work. And I'm working with consultant firms, and believe me, I'm
taking it seriously.
Where everything's coming from on my end is being carefully scrutinized. So we are taking all the steps to make sure that everything's done the right way.
You realize when and if you own a bar, that's going to be a 24/7 job.
Yeah, that's my life. I know.
Okay, so there's going to be no going out getting drunk.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. In all the bars I've worked in my life, which I've worked in 4,
right?
That's actually when I'm working at the bars when I'm actually drinking the least.
Okay.
Listen, I wish you the most luck
in a way to get me to kind of curb drinking. It's a backwards way of thinking, but it works. Is to basically saturate yourself in it and be around it all the time.
So no more trips to Italy.
Watching all these drunk people. No, I mean, at least not in the first few years, Jason. If I get an operation up and running with a staff that I trust and technology that's up there where it is today, I can watch the place from my fucking phone and see what kind of numbers it's making.
See, that's what you worry about.
Jim tells this great story, and this is fun about bar technology. He walks into a bar, and the bartender and his buddies, his hockey buddies, and they all just brought over a shot, and they said, "This is from John, the owner," and where is he? She pointed up to the camera on the
Teddy's all about buying a bar if he can manage from his couch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that John guy probably put 20 years of his life into the bar to get to that point where he could put...
The guy you were just talking about.
The guy you were just talking about.
Oh, right. John, the owner, yeah. Well, no, exactly. I'm going to live there is what I'm saying. It's going to be my new job. I'm planning on not having a job in 2 years, so, that's what I'm going to be doing all the time.
Stop it, Teddy.
Come visit me.
You're very hireable.
And I will maybe one day plug it.
Sure, why not?
He is.
Hey, listen, this is a new Kindler, Gentler me.
I like it.
Speaking of me, I'm Jason Kaplan. This is a weird thing. I got this weird text from Jim McClure last night. He goes, "Your dad's a star." And my dad, Jason's dad. And I freaked out. I'm like, well, no. I thought maybe he called. I looked at what time he sent a text message, and it was during the Dr. Harry Fish show. And I was like, oh, fuck, did my dad call into that show and start talking about sex or something? But it turned out that my dad, like a fat, good Jew, was on TV complaining about money and food, and we have a little bit of it right here. This was on WNBC New York.
Middle school teacher Howard Kaplan is a loyal customer of ShopRite.
I shop minimum once a week. And ShopRite's convenient for me on the way home, so if I need something after work or something, I'll just stop in there.
Each week.
Minimum, the key word there. Okay, go on. I mean, they definitely go more than
every Kaplan obsessed with food, by the way.
By the way, there's five Kaplans.
I'll just stop in there.
Go ahead, keep playing that.
Each week, he looks at the circular to find out what's on sale at his local ShopRite in Perth Amboy.
Can you pause it for a second?
What is he, an 80-year-old woman?
Let me tell you something about my parents. Every Sunday, when I grew up with them, they would get the Star Ledger, the Sunday Star Ledger, the Sunday Daily Record, and the Sunday New York Times, and they'd sit there with those fucking coupon things. I mean, for hours. I mean, literally hours, cutting out coupons, different envelopes for everything. My dad will cut something out. My mom will go, "You don't need that food. You're fat." Some shit like that. Yeah, it's just like, it was literally like hours every Sunday. Okay, sorry, I'll continue.
February, the supermarket advertised a promotion.
They had a special for Passover, which they run every year for a box of free matzah. And normally it was you spend X amount of dollars and you get a free box of matzah.
To get the free
What a deal.
5-pound box of matzah, customers had to spend $50.
And I noticed that in the ad, they said that you had to buy X amount of dollars, it's $50 of kosher for Passover products. And I thought that was kind of crazy because, like, Christmas time, they don't, when they have a promotion for a free turkey or a ham, they don't ask you to buy Christmas products.
Anti-Semites.
Yeah, they're like that. My dad's just trying to stir up shit. He doesn't care. You wonder where I get it from? My dad's a mild-mannered guy. I know he doesn't care about it.
By the way, matzah is like cardboard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst tasting fucking cracker on
a free
earth.
box of matzah?
I don't know. Matzah is fucking horrible.
What do you have, pet birds?
All right, just play this out.
Same as at Easter.
Howard wrote an email to ShopRite taking issue with the requirement that the $50 be spent.
I like to mention that my dad works for a living. Where he has time to fucking write letters to ShopRite is beyond me.
Your dad is feeding into every shitty Jewish stereotype, by the way. Complaining and it's too cheap about the fucking matzah.
Oh, the matzah, you gotta pay $50 to get the, I don't know. All right, I'll finish this up.
Only on kosher or kosher for Passover products.
I would like it to be, $50, or even if it's $100 of any product. I mean, that's what it is for every other holiday promotion.
We contacted ShopRite on Howard's behalf. A spokesperson explained to us
job,
that
Dad.
more than 16,000 kosher and kosher for Passover items qualify for this promotion, such as Coca-Cola, Dole salads, Philadelphia cream cheese.
I think you get the point. My dad is upset.
By the way, I like that NBC passed on the rape story so they could
That's
follow
what I
the
was-
matzah
What kind of
controversy.
slow news day was it?
Bongo in Florida, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hey, man, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Listen, this kid is out of his mind.
Which one?
To jump on this intervention with you.
Teddy
we're
is
going
out of his
back
mind.
here
Okay,
now.
good.
We're taking 10 steps backwards.
Oh, listen.
Let's hear it, Bongo.
You are out of your mind, dude. Let me tell you something. I was in the music industry, and I had a lot of fun, and I got to party and hang in the bars, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to open up a bar. I'm going to open up a restaurant. I planned all that stuff. Let me tell you, 17 years later, I'm still doing it, and I regret every minute of it. I spend time with my family. I do not get to have a good time out there. I watch the musicians come through getting old, decrepit, and every one of us is stuck in this, it's like a roach motel, and all it does is suck you dry.
Are you in the music business or are you in the hospitality business?
No, I own restaurants and I own bars.
Sir, have you thought about serving free matzah?
No. We know where you can get some. No,
Don't freak either.
well, look, you also said you have multiples, so, I mean, it sounds to me like you spread yourself out a little thin. I mean, if you just, had the one place.
I had no choice but to do multiple because several years ago when the economy tanked, I ended up losing almost everything.
Well, where are your places? Go, give them a chance to plug it. I don't know.
Oh, I already hung up on him. Matt in Florida. I think it's going to be on your side. Matt, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Yeah, this is what I love. Jason's sitting there going on and on about what it takes to run a bar like you fucking know anything about how to run a business whatsoever.
You're right, because I don't know anybody in the world that owns a business. You're right, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Because you know somebody who runs a business, that means you know how to run a fucking bar.
I know the people that run a business don't fucking have lives for years, yeah. At least the ones that I know. Do you own a business?
But you don't know. I'm a national contractor doing underground utility work.
Right, you own your own business. You own it.
I wouldn't trust you to run a lemonade stand, Jason.
Okay, fine, but it's not about me. It's about Teddy.
You're giving advice like, oh, maybe after 20 years you'll be like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, no, come on, dude. It's a fact that most restaurants fail.
Yeah, I mean, most restaurants fail, and every person I know that owns a restaurant or bar, and Teddy can back me up on
Absolutely.
this. It becomes your life for at least 10 years.
It's like an
minimum.
80% failure
So
rate.
tell me where I'm wrong, Matt from Florida, the contractor.
Jason, listen, I agree with you on that, and I agree that it's...
All right.
But it's your tone how like, oh, I know. Well, why didn't you just say, hey, everybody that I know owns a bar says that?
Oh, everyone is so opinionated about how I should sound. I told Teddy what I think it takes to run a bar, and that's it. And I'm right, and you agreed with me. So shut the fuck up. Tommy in Virginia, welcome to Back Office Radio.
Hello?
Tommy.
Hello?
Yeah.
I got you, man. Hey, this is for Teddy.
Well, hold on a second. Do you own a business? Because apparently only people who own a business can comment on the story.
Only people what?
Only people who own a business can comment on Teddy's story.
Yeah, I own a restaurant.
Okay, good. Go ahead, sir.
And I've done so for 27 years. Let me tell you, this is what I tell people who come in, because everybody's always like, oh, I want to open my own restaurant. I always say to them, I say, look, you bring me a brown paper bag, with $75,000 in it. Hand it to me, and I'll kick you in the balls. In the long run, I swear to God, in the long run, it is going to cost less and be less painful than opening your own fucking place. Trust me.
Teddy's rolling his eyes.
I'm
not buying it.
I'm excited about.
It's a little different, you know.
I'm excited about Teddy running the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't want him throwing his money.
Free beer.
Yeah, that's all. I just want to make sure that he understands fully.
If you eat me out of all my inventory, I'll fucking kill you.
I'm opening up my tab now.
The whole point is, I
support it.
It's New York. It's a little different than,
I support it, and I'm looking forward to hanging out at it.
All right.
If I can make it over to Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn. We're not invited.
Yeah, you got to be cool.
They look at it. We reek of Jersey. When
I know.
We get there, I know. Coming up on Back Office Radio, we're going to end this train wreck.
And what a train wreck it's been.
And we're going to go hide.
Holy shit, it's 10 up.
I know.
Only on Howard 101.
This is Back Office Radio with Will and Jason on Howard 101. Back Office Radio with Will and Jason. The only place where douches vote for the best, douche.
Welcome back to Back Office Radio. We didn't actually do douche of the week, so give us a call, 888-STERN-101 here in the last final minutes. We'll let the callers nominate and tell us who wins douche of the week this week. But we did want to get to this. We don't want to lose this moment here. I did a Fat Guy show earlier this week. Will listened to it. Will found a lot of it funny.
I love it. It's one of my favorite shows on 101. That is the best. Height and weight. I'm 5'2", 700 pounds. I love that.
So we'll pull some clips, and now the part of the show where I get made fun of. Enjoy.
So we'll do the first one is how they're discriminated against, but the clip we agreed on.
When people use the word fat, they use it to mean that there's something wrong with you. That being fat in and of itself is a negative personality trait, meaning you're lazy or you're a bad person. And it's just a cheap, easy joke.
Well, do you think I'm a lazy person? Or
I think
am I
when
lazy
it comes to
about
weight,
my weight?
absolutely.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people are lazy about a lot of things. I think
there's, 1% of the people out there that are fat that have a thyroid condition.
No, forget the thyroid condition.
But 99% of them eat too much and don't exercise.
Well, I disagree with you in the sense that I think that you and I could eat the same diet, and I will gain more weight than you. I will look heavier than you. I do think that people's bodies react
to a certain degree, but I think I am much more of a disciplined eater than you. I think I make it a point to try and do exercise.
Right? No, absolutely. But I'm saying if you and I lived the same life for 3 months, ate the same food, did the same amount of exercise, you put on weight.
Who knows?
Oh, I know. No, but my other point is like, you think Chris Christie's a lazy guy?
Yeah, I think he's a lazy guy when it comes to his weight. Absolutely.
Right, but
that's not discrimination. You know what I mean?
Discrimination is
something you can't help.
No. Yeah. Well,
but you can help your weight.
I read an article about how your weight is determined at birth.
No, yeah, because they have fat parents that don't take care of their kids.
Nah.
I mean, yes, there's certainly a part of it that is genetic, and there are people that are predisposed to it, and they, have to work a little harder than everybody else. But I think a lot of people are just fat because they eat too much.
I think that's a very simplistic view. I think it's an easy joke.
Coming from the fat guy.
Yeah. I mean, I've cut down eating a lot. I really have. I know I
you've lost weight.
And I've lost weight, but up to a point. It stopped after a while. Now you got to exercise.
If you're buying a house soon, and if you mean everything you say, that you're going to be outdoors and doing all this goddamn work, which is very hard work, labor like that, you will lose weight. We'll see what you look like at the end of the summer if you sweat your ass off.
I just think that you could be lazy about certain things. I don't think Tim Sabian's a lazy guy, but clearly he doesn't put his weight loss above everything else.
No, he drinks milkshakes, calls it a diet.
But that's not lazy. That's just bad habits.
No. It's like
that's what I'm saying. It's lazy or undisciplined.
All right, give us a call, 888-STERN-101 to comment on the Fat Guy Show clips or nominated douche of the week. Will, why don't we go to your next clip? By the way, we're not friends anymore.
You got the JD one up there?
Has anyone in your family ever chided you for being heavy?
No, not really. No.
Has anyone in your family ever chided you for being heavy?
No, not really.
He's got a mouthful of taco.
No.
Oh, give that clip to Howard. He needs that for Monday.
As if he wasn't hard enough to understand. JD with taco in his mouth.
Al, one more time.
Has anyone in your family ever chided you for being heavy?
No, not really. No.
Oh my God! I just love when someone talks with food in their mouth.
By the way, that's not just food. That was a Cool Ranch Dorito.
Like,
no.
Did you know he was eating and you asked him?
He was eating and the show started. And I'm like, are you going to stay in here for the show? Oh, okay. Oh.
He ran down for the free tacos. That's what I'm talking about.
They did look good. Did you see them?
They were Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, dude.
Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. All right. That was a great. Make sure Howard has that clip on Monday.
So good.
All right, what else you got?
And then the other one. So I don't know. A lot of people here don't know Ryan Rasmussen. He's a guy that works in the tapes team.
He's a voice of the Fat Guy Show, and he is a very large.
And he's another fat guy that came on the show to eat these tacos with Jason. hold on. Before you play it, hold on. We got a visitor.
I only had 3 tacos, by the way.
I love it. Only had 3 tacos.
3 tacos in 10 seconds. Popping them like Tic Tacs.
10 minutes. 15, those are about a half hour.
JD, you have nothing to be ashamed of, but that is a funny clip. Funny clip.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that kind of did it on purpose, or whatever, I don't care.
All right, so we get the Ryan Rasmussen, so play this.
Dorito Dust?
Dorito Dust.
And I'm sure there hasn't been a fat guy who hasn't
Hold on, stop a second. I didn't even know what Dorito Dust was, but then I guess it's like the end of the bag, that shitty stuff that's at the bottom of the bag.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so
people eat that?
That's all.
And I'm sure there hasn't been a fat guy who hasn't dreamed of having the Cool Ranch dust in a can so that you could dust whatever you want with it.
Oh, late at night, and you're a shirtless. You said you're a shirtless guy.
Yeah.
Late at night, just picking those like Taco Bell or those Doritos taco crumbs off your chest hair.
Chest hair.
Oh, you're like it's like free food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking hell, dude! That's so disgusting.
Fucking animals. You paint quite a picture, Jason.
Dorito dust.
What am I going to do? Throw it away? Take a shower?
Jason's referring to him like when he's talking about his shirt off because they were talking about how hard it is for fat people to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, would you say you get really hot?
Hot.
He sleeps in a t-shirt, by the way.
Who does?
Jason does.
That's not weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
So he's got a sweater on and then a t-shirt over that?
You can have those boobies swinging around.
It's well, do you have more clips or?
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, Ryan, I guess, sleeps shirtless. I find
that's
it
hot.
Yeah, it is hot. I find when I get super, I believe it or not, this is not me super fat. I've been fatter than this, you know this. And when I get to that level, like my shirt will like start riding up like over my belly, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, my shirt's up like around my neck.
Right, you get that hot underboob.
Yeah, and it's but I don't know. I never was comfortable sleeping naked or with my shirt off. I've never even before I was 260 something pounds. I was never comfortable with it.
Didn't you say like you were dating a girl?
Yeah,
and she would beg you to take your shirt off?
It's the sweetest, saddest thing in the world.
And you're like, you don't want me to do that.
It was like total role reversal. It's like you just want your girlfriend to take off her shirt that first time. And Jason pulls out his big C cups.
It was the first girl I had sex with, and it was her name was Wendy, and it was Wendy Darling.
Are you sure you don't mean Wendy's?
There it is.
And about the third or fourth time we're having sex, she goes afterwards. She goes, you never take your shirt off, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. Blah blah blah.
Neither do you.
So no, she did. We were having sex. So the next time I took my shirt off in the middle, and she's like, that was so hot. I'm like, where did you come from?
All that bear hair rubbing against my
Nothing
belly.
like a mouthful of back hair.
What can I say? It's all true.
At least it gives her like something to grab onto, like.
When you started getting hairy really early, right?
Way before I got fat. I got in 6th grade. These kids would come in at gym class when we were changing, and they grab my chest hair and yank it, and like it was like, look at this asshole with the fucking chest hair.
Like those South American kids with the bearded faces, Like
you wonder why I built a wall around me, everybody.
Oh, come on, it keeps you warm.
All right, real quick. Okay, 40 seconds. Real quick. Just say who's your douche of the week, John in California. Real quick.
Hello.
Gone. George in Denver, who's your douche of the week?
Give it.
Hello?
George in Denver, douche of the week, quickly.
Oh, Brandano, big tube of Vagisil for him.
Don in California, who's your douche of the week?
My douche of the week is Will and Jason.
All righty.
All right.
Brock in North Carolina, who's your douche of the week?
Cool.
It's got to be Brandano. If he was really a friend, he would know what you guys were about, and he wouldn't care that you guys were...
That's 2 votes for Brandano, 1 vote each for me and Will. We'll just call all 4 of us the douches of the week. I think we're fine with that. Follow us on Twitter, at Back Office Radio, at Merman78, at SiriusJAY, at Ted Microphone.
I just want to say I love everybody here.
I love everyone.
Sorry it ended so ugly.
Bye.
Peace.